Chapter 506. Hee hee, Brother Greenwolf. I've heard about the Sema family's destruction. However, I'm quite busy these days, so I don't have time to meet you. Don't worry, I've already transferred the mission points to your membership. As for the physical reward, I've placed it in the Martial Art Alliance's warehouse. You can go to the warehouse manager to collect it. After receiving Xiao 11 Lang's reply, Qin Fan raised his eyebrows slightly. He felt that Xiao 11 Lang seemed to have discovered something. After hesitating for a while, Qin Fan replied, "All right, Brother Xiao, the mission reward this time is very generous. If there's a chance, I hope to get to know Brother Xiao. Let's have a drink and become friends. If Brother Xiao has other missions in the future, you don't have to post them to the Martial Art Alliance. Just look for me in private." Qin Fan had just found out that Xiao 11 Lang was the young black-robed man who had appeared in the battle at the Amethyst Dragon Palace more than 3 months ago. He really wanted to find out Xiao 11 Lang's true identity. Firstly, he wanted to take revenge. Secondly, Qin Fan had not seen Su Ruoro since the battle at the Amethyst Dragon Palace. Although Qin Fan hated Su Ruoro, he could not ignore Su Ruoro. Moreover, Su Ruoro's betrayal seemed to be related to Xiao 11 Lang. Qin Fan wanted to ask Xiao 11 Lang why Su Ruoro had betrayed him and where she was now. Hee hee, all right. When I'm done with my work, I'll definitely meet up with Brother Greenwolf. I still have business to attend to, so I'll take my leave first. Xiao 11 Lang was very smart. He did not mean to reject Qin Fan, but it was clear that he did not intend to meet up with Qin Fan. Although Qin Fan was a little disappointed that the little clue that he had found with great difficulty was about to disappear, Qin Fan also guessed that Xiao 11 Lang would not meet up with him so easily. This outcome was reasonable. Forget it. When I return to Jingdu City, I'll infiltrate the Martial Art Alliance and see if I can find any information on Xiao 11 Lang. Maybe I'll find some clues. Qin Fan sighed slightly. He thought of the SSS rank Martial Art Alliance side mission that the system had issued not long ago, which made him a member of the Martial Art Alliance's Law Enforcement Hall. Qin Fan had been in contact with the Martial Art Alliance for some time and knew that the Law Enforcement Hall was the Martial Art Alliance's upper echelons. They were responsible for managing the order and commerce of the Martial Art Alliance. Qin Fan obviously wanted to find a way to sneak into the Law Enforcement Hall. When he gained power, he did not believe that he would not be able to find out Xiao 11 Lang's identity. Ding! Just as Qin Fan was planning, his cell phone rang. It was the Martial Artist Alliance Level 5 mission that Xiao 11 Lang had issued. The reward was 1,000 points, a spirit stone, and a 100-year ice crystal. Now, the 1,000 points had been transferred to Qin Feng's account. Welcome to the Martial Artist Alliance Information Center. Member name, Green Wolf. Total points, 1,500. Accumulated points, 1,500. Member level, level 5. Note: upgrading to a level 6 member requires 2,000 points. You still need 500 points to upgrade to a level 6 member. Qin Fan looked at the Martial Artist Alliance's member information and closed it. Then, he opened the Hedonist Sovereign system. Not long ago, Qin Fan completed 3 system missions in a row. Not only did he obtain 35,000 Hedonist points, but he also obtained a chance to open a hidden interface in the system and a scroll for a blue-grade spirit equipment. Now, Qin Fan wanted to test his luck. Qin Fan had participated in the system's free lottery before, and his luck had always been good. He obtained the True Steel Sword, Elementary Thunder Tiger Fists, Elementary Racing Calligraphy Skill, and even the Sovereign Skill Vajra Esoteric Skill after using the Luck Potion. Little Pig, should I buy a bottle of Luck Potion before I draw? Qin Fan held the blue-grade spirit equipment scroll in his hand with excitement written all over his face. Master, there's a difference between a random scroll and a lucky draw. It limits the rank of the prize. No matter how many lucky potions you drink, you won't be able to get a purple equipment, let alone a blue equipment, Little Pig explained. When Qin Fan heard this, he dismissed the idea of buying the lucky potion. Qin Fan calmed himself down, and with a thought, the blue-grade spiritual weapon random scroll in his hand suddenly disappeared. With a boom, a pair of domineering axes surrounded by dazzling blue light slowly rose from the system. Heaven Splitter Axe. Equipment grade, blue, high-grade spiritual weapon equipment description. Heaven Splitter Axe is forged from rare crystals. It is extremely sharp and indestructible. It can swallow mountains and split the earth in an instant. Hidden attribute. Heaven Splitter Axe can enlarge once a day. Time limit, 30 minutes. System price, 88,888 Hedonist points. Qin Feng's eyes lit up when he saw the blue-grade battle axe in his hand. He waved his hand lightly, and the Heaven Splitter Axe pierced through the air, creating a deep gash in the reinforced concrete wall opposite him. Amazing! This is too amazing! Qin Feng clicked his tongue in wonder. This blue-grade battle axe was worthy of the system's price of 88,888 Hedonist points. Its power was incomparable. Qin Feng didn't even need to use much luck to achieve such an effect. He thought that if he used his full strength, he could easily kill a Stage 6 Inner Chi expert. As for a Stage 7 Inner Chi expert, he wouldn't be at a disadvantage. Swoosh! Qin Feng waved his hand and stored the Heaven Splitter Axe in the system. This pair of battle axes was too powerful. Qin Feng was afraid that the presidential suite would become a slum after a few swings. Qin Feng quickly calmed down and looked at the random scroll that opened the hidden interface of the system. With a thought, he began to draw. Buzz, buzz, buzz. Qin Feng's mind was a mess, and his head buzzed. All sorts of strange, hidden interfaces flashed in front of Qin Feng's eyes. Just from the names of the interfaces, Qin Feng could tell that they were very powerful. A minute later, the system interface stopped and a forging system interface popped up. It seemed that this was the hidden interface that Qin Feng had activated with the scroll. After a brief look at the interface's introduction, Qin Feng understood that the forging system interface was an interface for forging spiritual equipment. When Qin Feng became a rank 4 hedonist mortal, the system automatically activated the fusion interface. He could fuse spiritual beasts, low-grade spiritual equipment into high-grade equipment, low-grade martial arts into high-grade martial arts, and when he became a rank 5 hedonist mortal, the wuxia interface was activated. The Palace of Heroes and Shimin Shueishue only appeared because of the wuxia interface. The forging system interface that Qin Feng obtained from the lottery could use various materials to forge spiritual equipment of various grades. Ding! The Hedonist Sovereign System has issued a quest. Host, use the forging system interface to forge a purple-grade spiritual equipment. Quest time limit, 6 months. If host Qin Feng completes the quest, the system will reward host Qin Feng with 30,000 hedonist points and a purple-grade random drawing ticket. If host Qin Feng fails, 60,000 hedonist points will be deducted, and all of host Qin Feng's blue-grade spiritual equipment will be taken back for free. Qin Feng's brain was in a daze when the system suddenly issued a quest. He still hadn't recovered from the shock of the Heaven Splitter Axe and the forging system interface. After sitting in a daze for a while, Qin Feng slowly came back to his senses. During this trip to Acropolis City, Qin Feng had completed many quests. Not only did he receive a generous reward of hedonist points, but he also received many treasures. Although Qin Feng was only a Stage 4 Inner Chi cultivator, he could now easily slaughter a Stage 6 Inner Chi cultivator and below. Looking at the 47,200 hedonist points in the system, Qin Feng felt that he could buy more practical equipment and skills, or upgrade the skills and equipment he already had. After thinking for a while, Qin Feng spent 5,000 hedonist points to upgrade the intermediate Thunder Tiger Fists to Advanced Thunder Tiger Fists. The Advanced Thunder Tiger Fists could unleash 3 times the strength of a normal person. Qin Feng was now a Stage 4 External and Stage 4 Inner Chi cultivator. If he unleashed his strength, he could unleash 6 times the strength of a normal person. Combined with the Advanced Thunder Tiger Fists, he could unleash 9 times the strength of a normal person. That was a force of 900 Jin. Qin Feng could kill a Stage 6 Inner Chi cultivator with 1 punch. After upgrading the Advanced Thunder Tiger Fists, Qin Feng bought a Battle Axe Secret Manual. Now that he had the Heaven Splitter Axe, he naturally couldn't miss out on any axe secret manuals. After shopping around, Qin Feng spent 20,000 hedonist points to buy the Heaven Burning Flames technique. This was a mystic grade skill manual. It was suitable for close combat weapons such as dual axes, dual maces, and dual hammers. Invincible Valor, Heaven Burning Flames. After spending 25,000 hedonist points, Qin Feng still had 22,000 hedonist points left. He remembered that the system had a quest to upgrade him to a rank 6 hedonist mortal. Qin Feng needed to spend another 15,000 hedonist points to reach the 100,000 hedonist points needed to upgrade to a rank 6 hedonist mortal. Just as he was thinking about how to continue spending hedonist points, two beautiful figures walked into the room. After Qin Feng arrived at the presidential suite, he sent Li Yuqin a message and told her to bring Bai Qing over. At this time, the two women stood at the door in black silk uniforms. They were about the same height, had full and perky breasts, and had long, straight, and beautiful legs. People who didn't know better would think they were in a model pageant. "Boss, I've brought them." Li Yuqin brought Bai Qing into the room. Qin Feng had already changed into the sacred azure battle armor, and now he was wearing a weird wolf head suit. Qin Feng had already told Li Yuqin not to reveal his identity. Qin Feng hadn't seen Bai Qing for a long time, and he wanted to see how much she had changed. Now, he was teasing Bai Qing with the same bad taste he had when he first met Li Yuqin. "Boss." Bai Qing's delicate body froze when she saw Qin Feng, and she even took 2 steps back. Bai Qing was a bit scared when she saw Qin Feng's sinister wolf head mask. Li Yuqin wasn't nervous at all. It was as if she couldn't see the fierce wolf head mask on Qin Feng's face. She even walked behind Qin Feng and put her hands on his shoulders, intimately hugging his neck. Chapter 507. "Boss, I'm fine. I don't have any important work to take care of lately. Boss is tired from worrying about the company every day. Let Chin Chin stay and serve boss well." Not only did Li Yuqin not leave, she acted coquettishly and cute, scaring even Qin Feng. In reality, Li Yuqin was about to explode with anger. She knew Qin Feng was hedonistic and dissolute. As the #1 young master, he definitely had a lot of women by his side. However, if Qin Feng went to fool around with women in private, Li Yuqin couldn't see or do anything about it. This time, Qin Feng asked Li Yuqin to help promote Bai Qing. When Li Yuqin saw Bai Qing's beauty and figure that wasn't inferior to her own, a wave of jealousy arose in her heart. She thought that if she left now, who knew what Qin Feng and Bai Qing would be doing in the room? Since Li Yuqin knew about this, she had to ruin Qin Feng and Bai Qing's good times, or show Bai Qing that she was extremely close with Qin Feng in front of Bai Qing to anger her to death. Director Li, why do you have nothing to do? You're the administrative director of Royal Group. You should be very busy every day. Qin Feng secretly poked Li Yuqin's thigh and told her to hurry up and leave. Li Yuqin acted as if she didn't feel it. Her jade-like hand slid into Qin Feng's collar and caressed Qin Feng's strong chest. Qin Feng lost focus and let out a low growl. "Oh, Director Li, what are you doing?" Li Yuqin's jade-like hands felt smooth and soft, and Qin Feng wanted it. Li Yuqin suddenly bent down and threw caution to the wind. She pressed her full chest against Qin Feng's face and said with a smile, "Boss, don't we usually play like this in the office? What's wrong with you today?" Qin Feng was slightly startled. He thought he had lost his memory. When did the two of them play like this? In the past, it was always Qin Feng who harassed Li Yuqin, but Li Yuqin wouldn't let him play. What was wrong with this woman today? Really? How come I don't remember? Qin Feng asked very seriously. Li Yuqin covered her mouth and laughed. She laughed so hard that her chest shook and patted Qin Feng's head. Qin Feng's face, hidden under the wolf mask, turned red. "Boss, your memory is really bad. Then let me demonstrate it again. We play like this every time." Li Yuqin came to Qin Feng's side with a smile. Without waiting for Qin Feng to come back to his senses, she sat on Qin Feng's lap. She leaned forward and leaned into Qin Feng's embrace. She turned her head and glared provocatively at Bai Qing. Qin Feng was stupefied, and Bai Qing was also dumbfounded. When she found out that she was going to see the boss today, she was a bit nervous. After seeing Qin Feng's wolf mask, she became worried and afraid. Now, she saw the originally arrogant and cold Director Li suddenly change into a different person. Bai Qing was scared to death by his unrestrained and unrestrained appearance. "That, Director Li, boss, you guys have fun. I'll go out first." Bai Qing's body heated up. She hadn't done it with a man in a long time. When she saw the scene in front of her, she immediately thought of the wild scene with Qin Feng. Bai Qing hurriedly turned to leave. Just as she reached the door, Qin Feng called out to her, "Bai Qing, wait, I still have something to say to you." Qin Feng lifted Li Yuchun with one arm. Although he didn't know what was wrong with this woman today, Qin Feng didn't care. He took out a blood-red medicinal pill and handed it to Li Yuchun. This is a blood qi pill. Eat it when you go back. There will be unexpected results. Right now, I have business to attend to, so you can leave first. Li Yuchun didn't think that Qin Feng's willpower was so strong that he could resist her all-out seduction. However, Li Yuchun was still a bit dissatisfied. She started to burrow into Qin Feng's embrace again. She purposely swayed her perky button and said, "Boss, my body just reacted, and you're chasing me away. You're so annoying. I want to continue being entangled with you." The corner of Qin Feng's mouth twitched. He wanted to cut open Li Yuchun's brain and take a good look. If any of her nerves were twisted together, Qin Feng could help her remove them. "Stop messing around. Hurry up and get out." Qin Feng's tone changed, and his voice became icy. Li Yuchun jumped in fright and didn't dare to mess around anymore. She glared at Qin Feng with a huff and ran out. "Boss, why did you want to see me?" Once Li Yuchun left, Bai Qing became even more nervous. She always felt that this boss had a heavy taste and was even psychopathic. Otherwise, why would she wear a sinister wolf mask in broad daylight? "Bai Qing, I heard that you're very capable in the company. Is that true?" Qin Feng's voice was full of vulgarity. Bai Qing furrowed her brows slightly and said, "I just do my best to do my own things and arrange the work of my subordinates." Not bad. That means that you're very capable. Then I guess I'm capable." Bai Qing felt that this boss was indeed sick. Why was he so insistent on one word? "Waha. It's good that you're capable. I like capable women the most. Then come over here, and let's do a good job." Qin Feng laughed loudly. Bai Qing stared blankly for a good while before finally understanding Qin Feng's meaning. An angry expression immediately surfaced on her charming face. She glared at Qin Feng and said coldly, "What do you mean? I want you to apologize to me, or else I'll call the police and warn you for harassment." Bai Qing's reaction was very strong. She was so angry that her delicate body trembled. Qin Feng felt very gratified, but he continued to act like a hedonistic young master. He laughed coldly. "Io, you want to call the police? Then go to the police. Don't forget who promoted you to the position of vice president of this hotel. If you don't obey me today, I'll fire you. Of course, if you follow me well, I'll make sure you have a good life in the future. You're shameless." Bai Qing was so angry that her hair stood on end. She glared at Qin Feng with gritted teeth. "Stop dreaming. If you have the ability, then fire me. I don't want to do it anymore." When Bai Qing yelled these words, she felt a wave of disappointment in her heart. The reason she stayed at Royal Hotel was to wait for Qin Feng to return. Moreover, Bai Qing relied on her own hard work to climb step by step to the position of general manager. She still had feelings for the hotel. Now that she was leaving just like that, Bai Qing felt a bit reluctant. However, it was impossible for her to obey the wolf-headed monster in front of her. "You're here, and you still want to leave? No way." Bai Qing had already turned to leave. Qin Feng leaped lightly, blocked the door, and locked it from the inside. Bai Qing was so scared that her face turned pale. She hurriedly picked up the fruit knife on the table to defend herself. "Why you hurry and scram, or else I'll take you down with me." Qin Feng was shocked when he saw Bai Qing's lily-white hand that was holding the fruit knife trembling nonstop. He didn't think that his woman would be so fierce when she exploded. Qin Feng hurriedly put away the sacred azure battle armor and changed to his appearance. Qing, hurry and put the knife down. Don't hurt yourself." Qin Feng's appearance and voice were restored. Bai Qing held the fruit knife and stared blankly at Qin Feng. She felt like she was watching an acrobatic performance. "Qin Feng, why you're not Qin Feng?" "Of course I'm Qin Feng. Don't you recognize me?" Qin Feng thought this question was a bit funny. Bai Qing was stunned for a while. She still couldn't completely believe that the person in front of her was Qin Feng. She suddenly said, "Then, tell me, is the mole on my chest on the left or right side?" Qin Feng's mouth twitched. This girl's question was really bold. Qing, your chest is white and tender. How can there be a mole? However, there is a small mole on the left side of your butt. I used to love touching that place." Qin Feng, it's really you. Bai Qing cried out in surprise. She threw the fruit knife away and flew into Qin Feng's arms. She hugged Qin Feng tightly, and Bai Qing couldn't hold back her tears. Qin Feng, where did you go? You didn't even call to tell us you were safe. My little brother and I were so worried about you. Feeling Bai Qing's concern, Qin Feng's heart surged with warmth. He patted Bai Qing's back and comforted her. I'm fine. Now I'm back safe and sound. Also, I've repurchased the Royal Group. From now on, Royal Hotel will be handed over to you. Help me manage it. Happiness came too suddenly. Not only did Bai Qing see Qin Feng, but she also became the vice president of Royal Hotel. She nodded excitedly. The two of them hugged and lingered for a while. Then, Qin Feng pulled Bai Qing to the sofa and took out a blood qi pill to give to Bai Qing. Qing, eat this. Bai Qing looked at the blood-red blood qi pill curiously. She didn't ask any questions and directly swallowed it. After eating it, she asked, "What is this? What a strong medicinal herb smell." You only asked me after eating it? If I said it was an aphrodisiac, what would you do? Qin Feng looked at Bai Qing with a smile. Bai Qing's charming face suddenly blushed. She softly leaned into Qin Feng's embrace, and her voice was as weak as a mosquito. Then I can only eat it if you want me to. Bai Qing was charming and sexy. Her casual smile ignited Qin Feng's fire. Qin Feng pushed with his large hand and pressed it against Bai Qing's body. Then, he began to frantically tear off Bai Qing's clothes. After Li Yuchun left the presidential suite, she didn't actually leave. She stood in the corridor and waited. After waiting for a while, Qin Feng and Bai Qing didn't come out. Li Yuchun became anxious. She thought to herself, Qin Feng, this big pervert, couldn't really be having sex in broad daylight, right? After waiting for another 10 or so minutes, Bai Qing couldn't wait any longer. She used her identity as the executive director of Royal Group to find the hotel staff at the front desk and asked for the spare room card of the presidential suite. Then, she hurried to the door of the suite. Swoosh! She swiped the card, and the door sprang open with a duong. Liu Qin hurriedly opened the door a crack so that Qin Feng wouldn't see her. At the same time, she could see the situation inside. And, as soon as the door opened, Liu Chun didn't see anything. Then, she heard a series of undulating moans. Liu Chun blushed. Chapter 508. Liu Chun was terrified. She knew Qin Feng was wretched and slutty, but she didn't expect Bai Qing to be so wild. She was deceived by Bai Qing's hypocritical appearance. Liu Qin only took a glance inside, and her face turned red. Her body felt hot and dry, and she leaned against the wall weakly. Liu Chun didn't dare to look anymore, and she couldn't even hear the sound inside. She held onto the wall and walked down the stairs. She tried her best to control her emotions, but the wild scene kept flashing in her mind. She couldn't get rid of it no matter what. Qin Feng and Bai Qing were naked. Bai Qing knelt on the glass coffee table, and Qin Feng stood behind her. Their bodies moved quickly. Qin Feng tied Bai Qing's hands behind her back with a belt. He held the belt with one hand to control Bai Qing's body and used the other to pinch Bai Qing's plump breasts. Bai Qing wasn't angry at such a beastly method. Instead, she looked like she wanted to die. Liu Chun was disgusted by this woman and Qin Feng roar. Qin Feng growled and lay on the sofa with Bai Qing in his arms, ending the battle. Bai Qing hadn't been so stimulated in a long time. At this moment, the coffee table was wet as if it was drenched in water. Bai Qing felt her body was about to fall apart. Qin Feng was even more ferocious than before. If his physical strength continued to develop, Bai Qing was worried that she would be played to death in the future. However, Bai Qing was relieved when she remembered that there were many other women around Qin Feng. This was the first time she felt that it was good to have a few sisters to accompany Qin Feng. Qing, you broke through. When Qin Feng growled, he felt the changes in Bai Qing's body. When Bai Qing reached her climax, she also broke through to stage 1 inner qi after taking the blood qi pill. Qin Feng also felt slight changes in his body. The inner qi in his dantian was purer and denser. It seemed like he could break through to stage 5 inner qi at any time. Qin Feng, what breakthrough? I don't understand. Bai Qing was just an ordinary person, so she was confused by Qin Feng's words. Qin Feng smiled and touched Bai Qing's plump breasts. He said, "Try hitting the coffee table with all your strength." Bai Qing was confused, but she still raised her hand and hit the coffee table with all her strength. Rumble. In the next moment, the hard and thick tea table suddenly shattered and collapsed. The water on the tea table splashed all over Qin Feng, giving Bai Qing a fright. "This? What's going on?" Seeing the stunned Bai Qing, Qin Feng chuckled and hugged her in his arms. He rubbed her back and comforted her. "This is your strength after breaking through. Actually, in this world, there are some people who specialize in martial arts. They constantly break through their limits and become stronger. The blood chi pill I gave you before can help an ordinary person break through to stage 1 inner chi and become a martial artist." This was the first time Bai Qing had heard of such things in her life, and it was Qin Feng who said it. If it was anyone else who told Bai Qing this, Bai Qing would definitely think that person was crazy. "Qin Feng, then you must be a martial artist, right? What's your strength?" Bai Qing widened her eyes and stared blankly at Qin Feng. Qin Feng waved his hand, and a white light fell on the opposite wall. Bang! Bai Qing was so shocked that her eyeballs almost fell out of their sockets. She saw a deep and long scar on the wall that looked like it was made by a knife. The crack was so deep that a finger could be stuffed in. "I'm currently at stage 4 inner chi, but I'm a bit special. If I use my full strength, my strength is equivalent to a traditional martial artist at the peak of stage 6 inner chi. This martial arts secret manual is for you. You can practice it when you have nothing to do. This way, you can protect yourself even if ordinary people try to harm you." Bai Qing took the copy of the martial arts secret manual in a daze. She was still in a daze. Qin Feng had already started to put on his clothes and realized that there were many water droplets on his body. "Wait, let me wipe it for you." When Bai Qing saw the water droplets on Qin Feng's body, her charming face was so embarrassed that it was about to drip water. These water droplets were all splashed from the coffee table, and they were all dripped when Bai Qing was excited. She almost didn't have the face to see Qin Feng. "No need. You're the one who dripped it, so I won't mind." Qin Feng didn't mind and started to put on his clothes. Bai Qing's face was boiling hot, but her heart was filled with sweetness. The two of them put on their clothes and walked out of the presidential suite together. Qin Feng returned to Acropolis City this time to complete some old quests from the system. He said goodbye to Bai Qing and prepared to go see Zhao Lingxian. Just as Qin Feng walked out of the hotel, his phone rang. "Who is it?" It was an unknown number. "Jia, Jia, Jia." There was a shrill laugh on the other side of the phone. Then, a man said coldly, "Brat, your little girlfriend is in my hands. I give you 10 hours to come to Yunhai City's Hepping Town and die. Otherwise, you little girl, you're so voluptuous, and your skin is so tender. Your elder loves to play with female juniors like you, suck their blood dry, and eat their flesh. Why should I believe you? I don't have a girlfriend." Qin Feng's expression turned cold. "Really? Then listen to this girl's voice. If she really isn't your woman, your elder is going to make a move." There was a moment of silence on the other side of the phone. Suddenly, Hua Yin screamed, "Qing Lang, don't come. Please don't come. You and I are no match for him. Hurry and report to the Martial Art Alliance." "Ah. What do you want? Get away from me." Bang. The instant Qin Feng heard Hua Yan's voice, the veins on his body bulged, and he crushed his phone. His eyes were bloodshot. He raised his head and roared a few times before he calmed down. Qin Feng returned to the hotel, asked for a random phone, and called the number. "Damn it. What do you mean, brat? Do you really not want your woman anymore?" The man's voice was filled with anger. He was just threatening Qin Feng when an explosion came from the phone, almost deafening him. "Who are you?" Qin Feng gritted his teeth and asked, enunciating each word. "Jia, Jia, Jia. You're asking me who I am? How dare you kill my beloved disciple? I'll make sure you die a horrible death." A strange, high-pitched laughter came from the other side of the phone. A white light flashed in Qin Feng's mind, and he guessed the other person's identity. "You're from Ghostface Mountain? You're not stupid. Hurry up and come over, or I'll make a move on your woman. Remember, Don't even think about notifying the Martial Art Alliance to send people to capture me. If you do, you'll have to collect this chick's corpse. Jia, Jia, Jia. Ghostface Mountain Man, just you wait. I'll kill you right now. Qin Feng squeezed his hand, and the phone exploded again. Not long ago, Qin Feng received a reminder from Hua Yin that the Ghostface Mountain Man, the master of Taoist Rakshasa, had broken through his closed-door cultivation and had returned to seek revenge. Qin Feng did not expect the Ghostface Mountain Man to capture Hua Yin so soon. The Ghostface Mountain Man was a Stage 7 heretical cultivator, and his strength was definitely stronger than a Stage 8 energy cultivator. Qin Feng wanted to hide for a while and deal with the Ghostface Mountain Man after he became stronger. But now, he had to save Hua Yin. Qin Feng and Hua Yin could be considered a pair of quarrelsome lovers. Although they quarreled whenever they saw each other, and Hua Yin tried to kill Qin Feng with the love goo, Qin Feng realized that Hua Yin was a good girl after spending some time together in Chang'exian Villa. She was the one who helped Qin Feng concoct the blood qi pill. Most importantly, Hua Yin told Qin Feng to hide as soon as possible when she had the chance to speak. Qin Feng could not just sit back and do nothing because of Hua Yin's loyalty to him. After leaving the Royal Hotel again, Qin Feng drove the Fei Tian Bar's BMW and sped toward Heping Town. Feng Yun Amusement Park, Heping Town, Yunhai City. A man dressed in a black robe and reeking of the stench of a corpse was screaming in anger. His ears were still ringing when Qin Feng crushed his cell phone for the second time. The man in the black robe was Ghostface Mountain Man, the master of Taoist Rakshasa. Sitting opposite of Ghostface Mountain Man was a man with a deathly pale face. If it wasn't for the fact that he was still breathing and his chest was moving up and down, one would think that he was dead. If Qin Feng was here, he would definitely recognize the man and be shocked. This was because the man was Li Xiaojie, who had his heart pierced by Qin Feng's spear during the battle at the Amethyst Dragon Palace 3 months ago. Grand Elder, how is it? Is that brat coming? Li Xiaojie was expressionless, and his voice was soft like a dying man. He is already on his way. Ghostface Mountain Man was the Grand Elder of the Verdant sect. When he came out of seclusion and learned that his disciple was killed, he began to search for the murderer. When Qin Feng was poisoned by Taoist Rakshasa's corpse qi, Ghostface Mountain Man followed Taoist Rakshasa's aura to Chang'exian's residence. When he found Hua Yin, he captured Hua Yin and brought her back to the Martial Artist Alliance. From Hua Yin's phone, Ghostface Mountain Man found out that Billowy Lady and Green Wolf were the murderers of his disciple. That's good. Now, Grand Elder can avenge senior brother Taoist Rakshasa. Li Xiaojie smiled. Ghostface Mountain Man nodded his head and said, "My disciple was a 4th-layer evil cultivator before he died, and this woman is a 4th-layer evil cultivator. With her strength, she clearly couldn't have killed my disciple. It seems like the real murderer is that stinking brat Green Wolf. I reckon that his strength isn't low either. Grand Elder, now that you're a Stage 7 heretic, I'm sure that brat is no match for you. When he comes, I'll help you deal with him so that he won't be able to return alive." Li Xiaojie said. Ghostface Mountain Man waved his hand and said, "You've just woken up, and your organs have just been reunited with your body. You don't need to do anything. I'll send some Verdant sect martial artists to help you. Once I capture that brat, I'll use his and this woman's blood essence to heal your wounds and break through to the next level. Your strength will improve by leaps and bounds." Chapter 509. 2 hours later, Qin Feng arrived at Yunhai City's Heping Town. This was a small, underdeveloped town. Qin Feng could tell that the pace of life here was very slow from the people strolling leisurely on the street. Qin Feng was no stranger to this place. Previously, Li Xiaojie kidnapped Lu Bingbing to threaten Qin Feng. Qin Feng accepted the Feng Yun Fun City chain mission issued by the system and successfully destroyed Li Xiaojie's base. He also met Bai Qing and saved Bai Xiao and her father. Later, Lu Bingbing was poisoned by the Verdant sect's peripatetic powder and gave her body to Qin Feng here. Qin Feng met Hua Yin for the first time in Feng Yun Fun City. At that time, Hua Yin was dressed like a scantily clad prostitute. Qin Feng didn't know what she was thinking at that time. Not long ago, he met Hua Yin here. Now, he came here to save her. Qin Feng wondered if it was fate. Huh, didn't Feng Yun City get sealed by Bing Bing's team? How come it's open again? Qin Feng raised his head and looked at the glittering signboard of Feng Yun City. The name hadn't changed, and it was even bigger than before. Qin Feng, who was standing on the opposite side of the road, immediately turned around and quickly found a building to hide behind. He felt that this matter was a bit strange. The reopening of Feng Yun Amusement Park made Qin Feng feel a bit strange. Ghostface Mountain called me to Feng Yun Fun City, which means he's here. But this is Yun Haili family's territory. Could Ghostface Mountain be a member of Yun Haili family? Qin Feng's mind raced as he thought of various possibilities. Soon, he shook his head. Impossible. Ghostface Mountain is a level 7 heretic. How could he be a subordinate of the Li family? Although the Li family is the #1 family in Yunhai City, they're not that powerful. Could they be partners? Qin Feng changed his train of thought. Soon, Qin Feng recalled that the Li family had secretly cooperated with an organization called the Verdant Sect when he came to Feng Yun Fun City to make trouble. The Verdant Sect was one of the 3 sects and 5 schools of China, and there were many experts in it. Qin Feng thought, could this Ghostface Mountain be a member of the Verdant Sect? If that's the case, Qin Feng was amazed. What kind of organization is this Verdant Sect? They seem to be much stronger than I thought. More or less, Qin Feng was a little worried. The Ghostface Mountain Man, a level 7 evil cultivator, was enough to make him suffer. If there were other warriors guarding Fun City, Qin Feng was not sure that he could save Hua Yin and escape. However, since he was already here, there was no turning back. Qin Feng looked at the quests in Yunhai City. If he could complete a few quests and obtain some hedonist points, he might be able to save Hua Yin. Qin Feng had already destroyed the Feng family, and he, as the Azure Wolf, had destroyed the Sima family. In one night, 2 large families had been destroyed. This matter had long since caused an uproar among the upper echelons of Acropolis City. This incident had a huge impact on the other families in Acropolis City. However, he hadn't completed his mission of returning to Yun Province yet. Qin Feng thought it was because he hadn't caused a big enough commotion. Now that he was in Yunhai City, he might as well turn Yunhai City upside down and increase his prestige. The main mission of the Yun Province disturbance is to unify the situation of the 4 cities of the Yun Province. Time limit, 1 year. Mission reward, 30,000 hedonist points and 1 chance to access the hidden interface of the system. If the mission fails, 60,000 hedonist points will be deducted and host Qin will not be allowed to step into Yun Province ever again. The second side mission of the Yun Province disturbance is to rebuild the Qin family of Acropolis City and become the #1 family in Yun Province. Mission reward, 20,000 hedonist points and a random Earth rank skill manual. If the mission fails, 40,000 hedonist points will be deducted. The third side mission of the Yun Province disturbance is to find out the truth behind the collaboration between the Li family of Yunhai City and the Verdant Sect. Mission reward, 20,000 hedonist points and a random high-grade spirit pill. If the mission fails, 40,000 hedonist points will be deducted. The fourth side mission of the Yun Province disturbance is to return to Yun Province and intimidate the enemy forces. Mission reward, 10,000 hedonist points, blood demon armor, and myriad beast spell. If the mission fails, 40,000 hedonist points will be deducted. Qin Feng looked at the Yun Province disturbance mission in the system. The first side mission of this mission was to destroy the Sima family of Acropolis City. Now that he was in Yunhai City, he planned to complete the third side mission and the fourth side mission at the same time. Qin Feng, a deep and cold voice suddenly sounded from behind him, giving Qin Feng a fright. The Yin Yang freaks? What do you want? Qin Feng turned around and saw 2 men in black robes and straw hats. The Yin Yang elders' faces were covered by their straw hats, so no one could see their expressions. The corners of their mouths twitched violently. Clearly, they were displeased with Qin Feng's nickname, the Yin Yang freaks. Follow us back to the sect. The Yin Yang elders did not waste any time. Each of them placed a hand on Qin Feng's shoulder. Immediately, Qin Feng felt 2 demonic auras pressing down on his meridians, preventing him from circulating his qi. You 2 are demonic cultivators. Qin Feng's expression changed drastically. He had fought with the young elders a few times, but it was only now that he saw their true cultivation method. The two of them had hidden it well. Why should I go back with you? Let go of me, or else I'll beat the crap out of you. It was difficult for Qin Feng to even circulate his qi, so how could he defeat the young elders? He was purposely trying to scare the young elders and stall for time. Strangely, when Qin Feng was about to put on the sacred azure battle armor, the young elders actually let go of Qin Feng and did not attack him. Their voices suddenly became gentle, and they spoke with a pleading tone. Young hero Qin, how have you been? Where are you going? Qin Feng was slightly stunned. For a moment, he couldn't figure out what these two old men wanted to do. He even suspected that the 5 poison needles last time might have pricked their brains silly. Do you need to care where this young master wants to go? Qin Feng complained tentatively. The young elders' bodies trembled slightly. They suppressed the anger in their hearts and laughed. Haha, we don't care. How could boorish people like us dare to care about young hero Qin's matters? Qin Feng was becoming more and more confused. He did not want to be entangled by 2 level 7 demonic cultivators who suddenly went crazy. Since you can't care, then don't follow me anymore. Otherwise, I'll really beat you up. After Qin Feng finished speaking, he broke into a run. He was having a headache over the 8th layer demonic cultivator, Ghost Face Mountain Man. Suddenly, 2 archenemies of the 7th layer demonic cultivators appeared. Qin Feng felt that he was really unlucky. Whoosh whoosh. After running for a long time, Qin Feng stopped. 2 gusts of wind blew from both sides, and the young elders appeared out of nowhere like ghosts. Young hero Qin, are you tired? Do you want some juice? An elder handed Qin Feng a bottle of orange juice that he had just bought. Qin Feng was so angry that his eyeballs almost popped out. He had exhausted himself running so far, but an elder still had time to buy juice. Tell me, what do you guys want? Do you want to fight to the death with me? I don't have time right now. How about we arrange a time? I'll definitely come and fight you too, Qin Feng said. The young elders' mouths twitched violently. Hearing Qin Feng call them young elders, they wanted to slap him to death. However, they could not do anything now. After the young elders were hit by Qin Feng's 5 poison needles, they immediately rushed back to Poison Sect to find the sect leader to cure them. However, the poison of the King of Poisons was too powerful. Moreover, this poison was a supreme poison developed by the founder of Poison Sect, Ouyang Feng. Only Ouyang Feng could cure it. However, Ouyang Feng was a long time ago. There were rumors that he was dead, and there were also rumors that he was hiding in seclusion outside of the secular world. In any case, no one in Poison Sect could cure the poison of the King of Poisons. Even the sect leader, the multiform Poison King, was helpless. The multiform Poison King only alleviated the poison in the young elders' bodies, but it did not completely cure them. After knowing the situation, the young elders could only come back to find Qin Feng. They wanted to ask if Qin Feng had the antidote to completely cure the King of Poisons. This was also the reason why the young elders tolerated Qin Feng and did not dare to get angry at him. Hee, young hero Qin, I think you've misunderstood our intentions. We just saw that you're young and promising. You're a peerless genius, so we admire you. We want to make friends with an outstanding youth like you. An elder tried to curry favor with Qin Feng with a smile. However, his voice sounded awkward. Qin Feng was disgusted to death by an elder. This person usually spoke coldly and gloomily like a dead person. Now, he suddenly started to act like a spoiled child. Just thinking about it was scary enough. Fuck. What do you guys want? Just give me a quick answer. You want to fight, right? Then come at me. Qin Feng originally wanted to trick the young elders into leaving, but now he was really forced into a corner. He swung his fists at the young elders. Young hero Qin, please stop. We're really here to make friends with you. An elder did not dodge. He allowed Qin Feng's fists to smash into his chest. With a peub sound, an elder spat out a mouthful of blood. When young elder saw this, he felt sullen. Fuck, you're really not going to fight back? Qin Feng looked at an elder in astonishment. He wondered what was wrong with this old man today. Since we sincerely want to make friends with young hero Qin, we naturally can't fight back. An elder was so angry that his lungs were about to explode. However, his face was smiling like a little chrysanthemum. Bang! Qin Feng punched again. Young elder, who was standing to the side, was caught off guard. He cried out, "Fuck!" He said he wouldn't fight back. "Why are you hitting me?" Are you going to fight back?" "Hit Elderine once, and I'll return the favor," Qin Feng said with a deadpan expression. The young elders spat out another mouthful of blood. This time, they weren't spitting out blood because they were hit. They were so angry that they vomited blood. "All right, I still have business to take care of. I'm not in the mood to play with you guys today. Tell me, why are you looking for me?" Qin Feng's gaze turned cold, and he became serious. The young elders were really tired from swallowing humiliation. At this time, they returned to their usual cold demeanor. "Qin Feng, last time. You poisoned me and Elder Yang with the king of poisons. We're here to ask for the antidote." Chapter 510. At first, Qin Feng had a headache when he saw the young elders. He thought that they were here for revenge. Now that he understood the reason, Qin Feng could not stop smiling. He was just worried that Ghostface Mountain, who was a level 7 heretic, was too strong. Now, two idiots came to fight for Qin Feng. "Why are you looking at us like that?" The young elders usually killed people like flies. People would tremble in fear when they saw them. This was the first time they were scared by someone else's smile. Qin Feng's smile was too sinister. I'm looking at you guys normally. Is there something wrong?" Qin Feng immediately stopped smiling and looked at the two seriously. "Why are you asking me for the antidote? Isn't your poison sect the #1 poison sect in the martial arts world? Can't you cure such a small poison?" Sigh. How disappointing. The young elders looked at Qin Feng's disdainful expression and were so angry that they almost vomited blood. The king of poisons was a super poison created by the poison tyrant, Ouyang Feng's ancestor. Yet, in Qin Feng's mouth, it was just a simple little poison. This guy really knew how to brag. Hee. Young hero Qin, I hope you can be lenient and help us." Although that was what they thought, the young elders did not dare to show it. At least, before they got the antidote, they had to treat Qin Feng like an ancestor. Because even the current poison sect leader, the multiform poison king, could not cure this poison. If Qin Feng did not give them the antidote, the young elders could only wait for death. "I already said that you can go back to your poison sect and find your sect leader. Why are you bothering me?" Qin Feng had an indifferent attitude. "Young hero Qin, to tell you the truth, our sect leader can't cure this poison either." The young elders looked distressed. Qin Feng was slightly shocked. He did not expect the 5 poison needle to be so powerful. Just one needle could trouble such a powerful poison sect. "Then why don't you just admit it when I said that your poison sect is trash? You should be honest. You guys are so secretive." Qin Feng spoke with the tone of a senior reprimanding a junior. The bodies of the young elders, hidden under the black robes, trembled vigorously. Sigh. If your poison sect can't even detoxify such a small poison, don't ever brag about how powerful your sect is when it comes to using poison in the future. All of you are already so old. Don't you feel embarrassed when you say such lies? Young hero Qin, may I ask if you have the antidote? Elder Yin could not hold it in any longer. He gritted his teeth and interrupted Qin Feng. I don't think I have it either." Bang! As soon as Qin Feng finished speaking, he felt the young elders abruptly erupt with dense demonic qi. This demonic qi caused the surrounding air to emit faint explosions. The strength of a 7th-layer demonic cultivator was undoubtedly displayed. It turned out that these two old men had been hiding their true strength when fighting Qin Feng. Their true strength shocked even Qin Feng, and he felt that he was powerless against them. Now that I think about it, I should have the antidote." Qin Feng muttered with a frown when he saw that Elder Yin was about to smash his head into pieces. Elder Yin quickly withdrew his hand, and his palm hovered above Qin Feng's head. It was less than 5 centimeters away from Qin Feng's head. Elder Yin panted heavily. "Fuck? Are you fucking messing with us?" "Old Yin, if you talk to me with this attitude, then I might forget the antidote formula. Qin Feng said indifferently. Elder Een was so angry that his teeth chattered. Qin Feng called him an old monster and then called him a perverted old man. If it was someone else, Elder Een would have smashed them into pieces and fed them to his rainbow poison moths. Elder Een, calm down, calm down. Elder Yang quickly slapped Elder Yin's hand away. He looked at Qin Feng with a smile and said, Young hero Qin, we've become friends after a fight. Why don't you tell us the antidote formula, and we promise to forget about our past grudges. From now on, we'll mind our own business. What do you think? Sure. Qin Feng readily agreed. The Een young elders were stunned. Weren't things a little too simple? Young hero Qin, you agree? Then hurry up and give us the antidote formula, Elder Yang said excitedly, but there was a smirk hidden in the depths of his eyes. I did agree to your proposal, but I didn't say I'd give you the antidote formula immediately. I'm not stupid. What if you kill me after I give you the antidote? Wouldn't I be an idiot then? Qin Feng had long seen through the Een young elders' intentions. These two old men were cruel, merciless, and cunning. Qin Feng had to be on guard against them. Hee, how is that possible? We're not that kind of people. Elder Yang laughed awkwardly. Even he felt a little guilty after saying this. How about this? I was just about to go to Fengyun Fun City to have some fun. Since you're here, you'll be my full-time bodyguards today. As long as you serve me well, I'll give you the antidote formula, Qin Feng said casually. The Een young elders' expressions changed slightly. They thought Qin Feng was using this opportunity to humiliate them by making them his lackeys. But considering their own lives, they could only bear with it for the time being. It's okay to be lackeys, but what if you go back on your word? I'm no match for you two. If I go back on my word, you can just kill me. Qin Feng was secretly delighted when he saw the Een young elders taking the bait. The Een young elders looked at each other and nodded slightly. Okay, it's decided then. Both parties reached an agreement, and Qin Feng walked toward Fengyun Fun City with a smile on his face. Originally, Qin Feng wanted to go in and save the girls as Green Wolf. But because of the Een young elders' sudden appearance, Qin Feng couldn't change his identity anymore. If he did, his identity as Green Wolf would be exposed, and Qin Feng didn't want that to happen. Sir, you need to be a member to enter Fengyun Fun City. Please show me your membership card. The three of them were stopped by two bodyguards as soon as they reached the entrance. The Een young elders, who stood behind Qin Feng, glanced at the two bodyguards. Astonishment flashed in their eyes. This was just an amusement park, and the gatekeepers were two Stage 4 enrich martial artists? Damn it, I'm a diamond member here. Open your dog eyes wide and take a good look. Qin Feng had been here before. At that time, he had upgraded his membership card to diamond. Later on, Bai Qing led a team to seal the amusement park. Qin Feng didn't know if that card was still useful, so he took out his diamond card and pretended to be arrogant. Hee. Excuse me, sir. Please come in. The two bodyguards were Stage 4 enrich martial artists. Being treated like dogs by Qin Feng made them so angry that their lungs were about to explode. However, the owner of Fengyun Fun City had set a rule that they had to be obedient to customers. Therefore, the two of them could only swallow their anger and smile obsequiously at Qin Feng. Wait, where's your membership card? The Een young elders were stopped as soon as Qin Feng entered the amusement park. We don't have a membership card. The Een young elders glared at the bodyguards. They didn't care about Stage 4 enrich martial artists at all. Fuck. Get lost if you don't have a membership card. Are you monsters wearing black robes and straw hats in broad daylight? Get lost. The reason why the two bodyguards were enraged was simple. They could tell that the Een young elders were Qin Feng's bodyguards. Since they had been bullied by Qin Feng, they wanted to vent their anger on Qin Feng's bodyguards. This could be considered as a show of strength to Qin Feng. The Een young elders' faces were hideous under their straw hats. They could tolerate Qin Feng calling them monsters, but these two Stage 4 enrich martial artists dared to yell at them? Een elder raised one of his palms. However, before Elder Een could make a move, Qin Feng cursed, "Motherfucker, did you turn a deaf ear to what I said just now? I told you I'm a diamond member here, and these two are my underlings. Who told you to stop them?" Although Qin Feng was arrogant, He had already suppressed the inner chi in his body. In the eyes of the two bodyguards, he was just an ordinary person. They didn't like Qin Feng for a long time, so their expressions turned cold. Mister, since you're a frequent visitor to Fun City, you should know our rules. Only one member per membership card can enter the amusement park. We've never brought bodyguards in because we have many experts who will ensure your safety. Qin Feng curled his lips impatiently and yelled, "One membership card only allows one person to enter? No one else is allowed in?" "Yes, mister. Please cooperate with us." The bodyguards were impartial and left no room for negotiation. "That's all. You two can come in now." Qin Feng beckoned the young elders, and while the bodyguards were puzzled, he explained, "These two aren't people. They're just two dogs that I've raised. Just think of it as me bringing two pet dogs here to gamble, okay?" The young elders were about to enter the house when they heard Qin Feng's words. They stopped abruptly, and the corners of their mouths twitched. "Mister, if you continue to cause trouble, we won't be polite anymore." The two bodyguards were thoroughly enraged by Qin Feng. They looked as if they were ready to fight at any time. Qin Feng looked nonchalant and gave the young elders a look. The two raised their hands, and two wisps of powder drifted into the bodyguards' noses. In the next second, the two bodyguards' eyes became blank, and they stood there stupidly as if their souls had been sucked out. I can't stand people like them. So what if they're dogs? Why do they look down on dogs?" Qin Feng said indignantly when he saw the young elders easily taking care of the two bodyguards. "Don't you think so?" The young elders staggered and almost fell. Bang! At the same time, in a room on the fourth floor, the pale-faced Li Xiaojie suddenly punched the glass coffee table in front of him, shattering it into pieces. The ghost-faced mountain man was startled. "What are you doing?" Li Xiaojie's eyes were bloodshot. He stared at a familiar face on the monitor screen and ignored the ghost-faced mountain man's anger. "Qin Feng? It's Qin Feng. Ha ha ha. Ha 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 ha." Li Xiaojie laughed like a madman when he saw Qin Feng. He laughed so hard that tears rolled down his cheeks. Qin Feng had disappeared after the battle at the Amethyst Dragon Palace. Rumors said that Qin Feng was dead, and Li Xiaojie had always thought that Qin Feng was dead. He never thought that Qin Feng was still alive, and that he had delivered himself to his doorstep. How could Li Xiaojie not be excited? He could still vividly remember the scene when Qin Feng pierced his heart with a spear. "Li Xiaojie, are you out of your mind? Shut up." The ghost-faced mountain man slapped Li Xiaojie's neck. The excited Li Xiaojie collapsed on the sofa, and his laughter stopped. "Grand Elder, I'm really sorry. I was too excited just now." Li Xiaojie calmed down after lying down for a while. "What happened? Who did you see?" The ghost-faced mountain man asked with a frown. Chapter 511. Li Xiaojie had died in the Amethyst Dragon Palace 3 months ago, but he was still alive. It was a miracle. However, Li Xiaojie had to go through an inhumanly cruel experience to survive. Li Xiaojie's body was found by the Li family. At that time, Li Xiaojie was already dead, and the Li family was powerless to do anything about it. They were preparing to bury Li Xiaojie in the Li family cemetery. At that time, an elder of the verdant sect asked for Li Xiaojie's body. A month later, Li Xiaojie came back to life. He stood in the living room of the Li family with a pale face. He could breathe and walk again. The Li family was scared to death. Li Xiaojie's father and grandfather asked him how he came back to life, but it was a secret of the verdant sect, so Li Xiaojie didn't tell them. "Qin Feng? Who is he?" "The ghost-faced mountain man came here to kidnap Hua Yin and threaten Green Wolf. He didn't expect Qin Feng to appear out of nowhere, which made the ghost-faced mountain man unhappy. Grand Elder, Qin Feng and I have a personal grudge, so I won't delay your business. The Green Wolf who killed senior brother Taoist will be here soon. I'll bring a few disciples of the verdant sect to kill Qin Feng," Li Xiaojie said impatiently. The ghost-faced mountain man thought for a while and asked with a cold face, "What's Qin Feng's strength?" "He was a stage 3 inner chi cultivator 3 months ago," Li Xiaojie said honestly. I can flick a mere stage 3 inner chi cultivator to death with a flick of my finger. Since he's here to play, he won't be leaving anytime soon." Don't act rashly and alert him. I'm afraid that if you guys start fighting, Green Wolf will be scared away. The ghost-faced mountain man said coldly, let's wait for Green Wolf. When he comes, I'll help you kill that Qin Feng kid. Haha, thank you so much, Grand Elder. Li Xiaojie was so excited that he almost jumped up when he heard the ghost-faced mountain man was going to help. He knew the Grand Elder's strength very well. The Grand Elder was a Stage 7 evil cultivator, which was equivalent to a Stage 8 inner chi cultivator. Even a Stage 8 inner chi cultivator wouldn't be able to kill him easily. After deciding on the plan, Ghost-Face Mountain Man and Li Xiaojie continued to sit on the sofa, waiting for Green Wolf to appear. Meanwhile, Hua Yin, who was tied up in the corner, was so shocked that her eyeballs almost popped out. Today, the campus of Kyoto University was in an uproar. There were protest marches all over the campus, and even some newspaper reporters were attracted to interview the school. Qin Feng was the culprit behind this phenomenon. Hua Yin had been searching for Qin Feng for a long time, but she had never expected that Qin Feng would be hiding in Fun City, enjoying his leisure time. Hua Yin immediately recalled the first time she met Qin Feng in this Feng Yun Fun City. At that time, Qin Feng had the appearance of a hedonistic young master. Not only did he spend lavishly, but he also lecherously groped Hua Yin. When Hua Yin imagined that Qin Feng might be hugging a hot chick, touching her breasts with one hand and pinching her butt with the other, Hua Yin was so furious that her lungs were about to explode. She had forgotten that she was in mortal danger and was angrily cursing Qin Feng's 18 generations of ancestors. Acho! Qin Feng, who was sitting at the poker table in disdain, sneezed several times in a row. Aya, which girl missed me so much? Look at how she's sneezing. Qin Feng said with a smile on his face. The young elders acted like little brothers. They quickly took out tissues from their pockets and handed them to Qin Feng. Young Master Qin, please take care of yourself. Don't catch a cold. Qin Feng glared at elder and wiped his nose with the tissue. Then, he crumpled the tissue into a ball and threw it at a brawny man. The ball hit the forehead of the brawny man. Fuck. Who threw me? Show yourself if you have the guts. The brawny man was shirtless. There was a big tiger tattoo on his chest, and there was a hideous scar on his forehead. He was obviously not a man to be trifled with. Yo, whose dog is barking here? What a killjoy. Qin Feng stood up with a smile. With his black suit draped over his shoulders, he looked like a big brother on the bund. Little bastard. Was it you who hit me just now? The brawny man winked at Qin Feng, looking like he was going to fight him. Qin Feng extended his hand behind him, and Elder Yin immediately passed him a piece of tissue. Qin Feng wiped his nose, crumpled the tissue into a ball, and threw it at the brawny man's head. Now you should see it clearly, right? Elder Yin said. The brawny man was stunned. He had seen arrogant people before, but he had never seen someone as arrogant as Qin Feng. This was the territory of the Li family of Yunhai City. There were many bodyguards and experts here. Many big bosses from the 4 cities of Yunhai province came here to gamble because of the guarantee of safety. Firstly, cheating was not allowed in Feng Yun Fun City. Secondly, causing trouble was not allowed. Otherwise, no matter how powerful one's background was, the bodyguards here could beat one back to his original state. Are you provoking me? The brawny man recovered after a long while. Instead of getting angry, he burst into laughter. Haha, did you see that? Some idiot is provoking me in Feng Yun Fun City. Security, someone is causing trouble in the casino. The brawny man's voice was as loud as an ante in a wet market. With just 2 shouts, he attracted the attention of the people in the hall on the 1st floor. Instantly, a dozen or so black shadows flickered and surrounded Qin Feng and the other 2 in a few breaths. Elder Yang, I have a feeling that something is wrong with this Fun City. It's not as simple as it looks. Elder whispered to Elder Yang. He glanced at the 12 bodyguards and found that among them were 2 Stage 4 Inner Chi warriors, 8 Stage 3 Inner Chi warriors, and 2 Stage 2 Inner Chi warriors. Although Elder didn't care about opponents of this level, it was strange for so many martial artists to be security guards in Fun City. I noticed it too. But since we're already here, we should try our best to please Qin Feng. This is a matter of life and death, said Elder Yang. Who are you? How dare you cause trouble in Feng Yun Fun City? At this moment, one of the security guards started to question Qin Feng. Qin Elder's mouth twitched when he saw Qin Feng's big hand behind his back. Obviously, he had guessed what Qin Feng was going to do next. However, Qin Elder still sighed and stuffed a piece of tissue into Qin Feng's hand. Qin Feng sobered up with a big pile of snot. Then, he crumpled the tissue into a ball and threw it in a beautiful arc in the air. With a thud, it landed on the security guard's head. He chuckled and said, "I've made it so obvious. Can't you see? I'm here to cause trouble." Hiss. Everyone in the hall on the first floor was stunned. Those who were playing cards stopped playing. Those who were flirting with beauties stopped flirting, and the dealer who was handing out cards stopped. Several hundred pairs of eyes simultaneously looked at Qin Feng and the two strange men in black robes behind him. Everyone sucked in a breath of cold air and waited for the next hot-blooded scene. Fuck. You're courting death. The security guard who was hit in the head snapped out of his daze and cursed loudly. He swung his fist at Qin Feng. Qin Feng stood with his hands clasped behind his back and a faint smile on his face. Qin Elder moved like a ghost and slapped the security guard with his palm. Bang! Qin Elder's speed was too fast. With a muffled sound, the security guard was sent flying. He spat out a few mouthfuls of blood and fell to the ground. It was unknown whether he was dead or alive. All the guests in Feng Yun Fun City were scared. Many of them screamed and ran outside. The security guards wore grave expressions because the security guard who was sent flying by Qin Elder was a Stage 3 enrich expert. Don't panic, everyone. We'll subdue these three soon. The two Stage 4 enrich experts among the crowd spoke. Then, they pounced on Qin Elder and tried to take him down. Oomph. A mere Stage 4 enrich expert dares to be presumptuous in front of me? Murderous intent flashed across Qin Elder's eyes. He slapped the two Stage 4 enrich experts twice, and they were sent flying like kites with broken strings. At this moment, the rest of the security guards were scared. The two Stage 4 enrich masters were the strongest in the lobby on the first floor. They didn't expect that they would be defeated so easily. Most importantly, up until now, no one had seen through Elder Yin's true strength. This person brought great pressure to everyone. He was an unfathomable threat. Who are you? How dare you oppose the verdant sect? If you know what's good for you, get out of here. The security guards stood in a row and looked at Qin Feng and his two companions with vigilance. They knew they were no match for Qin Elder, so they didn't dare to act rashly. Instead, they used their identity as members of the verdant sect to threaten them. What? You're from the verdant sect? The Qin Young Elder's expressions changed drastically. They were so angry that their lungs were about to explode. As a member of the martial arts world, everyone knew that there were 3 sects and 5 sects in China, and the verdant sect was one of them. The verdant sect had many members and was a powerful force. Ordinary people wouldn't dare to provoke them. Even the poison sect, which the Qin Young Elders belonged to, had to give way to the verdant sect. They wouldn't offend the verdant sect unless there was a conflict that couldn't be resolved. Qin Feng, you treacherous villain, how dare you use us? The Qin Young Elders suddenly realized that this was a trap set by Qin Feng to pit the poison sect and the verdant sect against each other. Qin Feng ignored the Qin Young Elders' ferocious expressions. He chuckled and shouted at the security guards. Verdant sect? Are they powerful? I don't think I've heard of them as a member of the poison sect. Poison sect? So you're from the poison sect? Humph. How dare a mere little poison sect offend the verdant sect? You're courting death. It was obvious that the verdant sect disciples didn't take the poison sect seriously. The Qin Young Elders were enraged by their arrogant words. However, facing the verdant sect, the two elders didn't dare to act rashly. They weren't representing themselves, but the entire poison sect. If they were to fight, the poison sect would be dragged into this mess. If the sect leader of the multiform Poison King found out about this, would he spare the Qin Young Elders? Qin Feng, you despicable villain, I'll kill you first. Qin Elder had been sulking for an entire day just to get the antidote. Now, he was completely enraged. He slammed his palm at Qin Feng. Qin Feng took a step back and dodged Qin Elder's attack. He said in a neutral tone, "Are you sure you don't want the antidote? Fine. Our previous agreement is now null and void." Wait. Een Elder quickly stopped Een Elder and said anxiously, "We can't kill Qin Feng now, unless we die as well." Een Elder quickly calmed down after being persuaded. The two elders were extremely sullen. They wanted to kill Qin Feng, but they couldn't. Not only that, they were being manipulated by Qin Feng. Chapter 512. Spit it out. Een Elder didn't waste any more time and glared at Qin Feng. "It's simple. Kill them all." Qin Feng smiled evilly. The Een young elders were startled, but they soon understood Qin Feng's intention. Qin Feng wanted them to kill all the verdant sect disciples in Feng Yun Fun City, so that no one would know about the poison sect's attack on the verdant sect. The Een young elders' lives were in Qin Feng's hands, so they had no choice but to do so. They looked at each other and nodded silently. Whoosh whoosh. After reaching an agreement, the Een young elders shot forward. Their speed was as fast as lightning. Even Qin Feng was shocked when he saw this. It seemed that the two of them had concealed their true strength. Bang! Een Elder arrived at the left side of the hall. Suddenly, a layer of ice appeared on his palms. He kept striking with his palms, creating a series of afterimages. The low-level martial artists were like little chicks that were sent flying by Een Elder's palms. Those who were hit by Een Elder's cold Een palm had their bodies covered with a layer of hard ice when they fell to the ground. It seemed that they had been frozen to death. The battle on young Elder's side was also very fierce. A layer of intense flame appeared on his palms. When his palms fell, those who were hit by young Elder's scorching palm were instantly burned to death. They screamed miserably and screamed in agony. The Een young elders were the great guardians of the poison sect. One was Een and one was Yang. One was fire and the other was ice. The combination of the two could be said to be flawless and full of destructive power. Qin Feng was shocked when he saw this. He thought to himself that he had actually survived against these two old monsters for so long and had the upper hand every time. Qin Feng felt that it was somewhat inconceivable. Poison sect, you'll die a horrible death. Our verdant sect master won't let you go. A dozen or so martial artists weren't enough to warm up the Een young elders. The frozen martial artists died with grievances. They probably didn't expect the poison sect to be so arrogant and openly oppose the verdant sect. The Een young elders felt helpless. But since they had decided to start a massacre, they had to be decisive and violent. Go upstairs. Seeing that all the martial artists of the verdant gate on the first floor were killed, Qin Feng ran upstairs without hesitation. He thought that the ghost-faced mountain man must have locked Hua Yin in one of the rooms on the fourth floor. Since Qin Feng had made his move, the Een young elders followed suit and ran upstairs. They had to kill all the disciples of the verdant sect as soon as possible. They couldn't afford to let them leak the information. The Een young elders moved like two ghosts. Qin Feng wasn't wearing the sacred azure battle armor, so his speed was greatly increased. However, before he could reach the staircase, he saw two black shadows dashing up the stairs. Qin Feng didn't have the sacred azure battle armor on. Not good. Retreat. Qin Feng had just reached the staircase when he suddenly heard the Een young elders scream. The two of them quickly retreated and leaped back to the hall on the first floor. Immediately, a gust of cold wind blew from upstairs, and a murderous aura that seemed like it was about to condense into a solid substance rushed towards Qin Feng. Qin Feng also felt the danger and quickly retreated into the hall. Kikik. I heard that someone from the poison sect dared to cause trouble in the territory of the verdant sect. They must be tired of living. I'd like to see how many brains the poison sect has. A shrill, strange laughter rang in the hall, and clouds of black mist rolled down from upstairs. Apart from Qin Feng, Elder Een Yang, and Elder Een Yang, there were also some ordinary gamblers in the hall. When they saw this strange scene, they were so scared that they broke into a run. They felt like they were in a haunted house or hell. Oh no, it's a stage 7 heretic cultivator. The young elder frowned as if he was facing a formidable enemy. The Een elder was so angry that he cursed, Qin Feng, you little bastard. If I can get out of here alive, I'll tear you into pieces even if I don't need the antidote. No matter how stupid the Yin Young elders were, they finally understood what was going on. Qin Feng was an expert, and he didn't care about martial artists below stage 6 energy. However, Qin Feng brought the Yin Young elders here to cause trouble, and it was obvious that he wanted to deal with this stage 7 heretic cultivator. The Yin Young elders were so angry that their lungs were about to explode when they found out that Qin Feng already knew that there was a stage 7 heretic cultivator here. A mere stage 7 heretic cultivator dares to behave atrociously in front of the great poison sect? Senior brothers, let's join forces and eliminate this evil for the people. Seeing that the ghost-faced mountain man had appeared, Qin Feng hurriedly yelled at him. The Yin Young elders' mouths twitched. Even if they wanted to escape now, there was no point. Qin Feng had forced the poison sect into a dead end. The Yin Young elders would either kill the ghost-faced hillman or be killed by the sect leader when they returned. They were going to die anyway, so the Yin Young elders were ready to fight to the death. You must be Qin Feng. You're pretty good at talking big, but you're too weak. The ghost-faced hillman laughed strangely. His laughter was filled with mockery. Qin Feng was stunned. How did the ghost-faced hillman know that he was Qin Feng? Could it be that Green Wolf and Qin Feng's identities were exposed? How did they get exposed? Qin Feng couldn't figure it out. However, since his identity was exposed, Qin Feng's eyes were filled with killing intent. He couldn't let the ghost-faced hillman live. He had to find a way to kill him. Brat, I'll send you to hell first. Ghost-faced mountain man growled. A cloud of black mist suddenly rushed toward Qin Feng. The black mist contained a strong killing intent. Qin Feng hurriedly ran toward the Yin Young elders, scaring them into running away as fast as they could. The three of them played a game of cat and mouse in the empty hall. The Yin Young elders cursed Qin Feng along the way. Qin Feng pretended not to hear them and ran happily. Up until now, Qin Feng and the other two hadn't seen the ghost-faced hillman's face clearly. He was surrounded by rolling black mist as soon as he appeared. Qin Feng muttered in his heart, "Isn't this monster afraid of choking to death? Yaya, why the fuck are you following us? Get out of my way." Elder Yin's hair stood on end as he was chased by Qin Feng. He stopped abruptly and launched a palm strike at Qin Feng. Qin Feng smirked. He had long since prepared for this. He leapt up and dodged Elder Yin's attack. A wall of ice formed and blocked most of the black fog. "We can't keep running like this. Let's go all out." Elder Yang had been forced into a corner, not by Qin Feng, but by the black fog. He turned around and slammed his palm into the center of the black fog. A ball of intense flames flew towards it, and the black fog suddenly began to burst into flames, producing a violent explosion. "Hee hee, old monster. How dare you set fire to me? You're seeking death." Elder Yang's flame seemed to have an effect on the black mist. It quickly disappeared, and the ghost-faced hillman's angry curses came from the center of the black mist. Soon, a man whose body was as black as ink and whose face was full of hideous wrinkles appeared. An ordinary person would wet their pants just by looking at him. "You said I'm a monster? You're the one who's a monster." Elder Yang was infuriated when he was called a monster by a monster like the ghost-faced hillman. He charged toward the charging ghost-faced hillman and slapped him. Elder Yang's palm burst into flames, while the ghost-faced hillman's hand was covered in a layer of black mist. The two palms collided, creating a loud noise that shook the hall. Elder Yang was sent flying and spat out a few mouthfuls of blood in midair. The flame on his hand had disappeared, and it seemed that he was severely injured. The ghost-faced hillman retreated rapidly and spat out a mouthful of black mist. He was so angry that he yelled, "Ayayaya, 2 stage 7 inner chi demon cultivators. How dare you poison sect? Are you really going to oppose the verdant sect? I'm going to destroy you all." The ghost-faced hillman didn't seem to be injured after the attack. He took a breath and launched another palm strike. He was originally going to attack Qin Feng, but now he targeted the Yin Young elders. After all, the Yin Young elders were very powerful and posed a threat to the ghost-faced hillman. All three of them were at stage 7 inner chi, but the ghost-faced hillman was a heretic cultivator while the Yin Young elders were demon cultivators. The difference in strength between them showed that heretic cultivators were very powerful. However, their cultivation methods were too cruel. Even demon cultivators looked down on them, let alone orthodox martial cultivators. Cold Een Palm. Elder Een braced himself and launched a palm strike. A layer of green demonic chi burst out and formed a thick ice wall in midair, blocking the Ghostface Hillman on the other side. The Ghostface Hillman's palm strike did not shatter the ice wall. Instead, tiny cracks appeared on the ice wall. Ayayaya. Brat, don't let me pass. If I do, I'll eat you alive. The Ghostface Hillman stomped his feet angrily and kept hitting the ice wall. The cracks on the ice wall grew bigger and bigger, and it looked like it was going to collapse at any moment. Brat, give me and Elder Young the antidote now. Otherwise, we won't be able to use our strength. Elder Een glared at Qin Feng. Ever since the Een Young elders were poisoned by the King of Poisons, they had to circulate the demonic chi in their bodies to expel the poison and prevent it from entering their hearts and vital blood vessels. This had seriously affected their strength. Take it. Qin Feng waved his hand, and 2 vials of green liquid landed in Senior Yin's hands. Senior Een was dumbfounded when he received the antidote. In his eyes, Qin Feng was a sinister and cunning person. How could he give away the antidote so easily? While Elder Een was puzzled, Qin Feng's laughter rang in the air. This is a temporary antidote. It can relieve the poison in your body for half an hour. In this half an hour, kill that monster for me. Otherwise, you will die. The corner of Elder Yin's mouth twitched. He resisted the urge to kill Qin Feng with a palm strike. Then, he and Elder Yang consumed the antidote. The antidote was the King of Poisons reliever potion that Qin Feng had just purchased from the system. These 2 bottles of reliever potion cost Qin Feng 1,000 hedonist points. However, the effects of the potion were very obvious. After the Een Young elders drank the potion, they immediately felt their bodily functions recovering rapidly. I'll leave the first floor to you. I'll go upstairs and help you kill the people from the verdant sect. Seeing that the Een Young elders had recovered to their peak, Qin Feng rushed upstairs and left the Een Young elders to deal with the Ghostface Hillman. Chapter 5:13. In the hall on the first floor, the Een Young elders unleashed their full strength to fight the Ghostface Mountain Man. Meanwhile, Qin Feng leisurely walked to the 3rd floor of Fun City. After Fengyun Fun City was shut down and reopened, the layout of the place remained the same. Just like before, the 1st floor was the gambling hall, the 2nd floor was the bathing center, and the 3rd floor was a small, isolated room. There were simple medical equipment in the room, giving the illusion that one was in a ward. Although Qin Feng hadn't climbed to the 4th floor yet, he could guess that there was a big surveillance room and a few small offices on the 4th floor. Qin Feng guessed that Hua Yin was locked in one of the offices on the 4th floor, but he didn't rush to rescue her. Instead, he carefully examined the situation on the 3rd floor. The 3rd side mission of Yun Province Disturbance was to find out the real cooperation between the Li family of Yunhai City and the Verdant Sect. Qin Feng had a feeling that Fengyun Fun City wasn't as simple as it looked. When Qin Feng and Lu Bingbing sealed up this place, they found an autopsy room on the 3rd floor. Qin Feng had a hunch that the 3rd floor was the secret base of cooperation between the Li family and the Verdant Sect. Haha, Qin Feng, how have you been? While Qin Feng was studying the situation on the 3rd floor, a cold laugh came from behind. Qin Feng turned around and was shocked. It's you? You're still alive? Looking at the bloodless Li Xiaojie standing in front of him, Qin Feng pinched his arm. The pain told Qin Feng that this wasn't a dream. Ha. Dead? Why would I die? Do you think I'm dead because you pierced my heart with your spear? Qin Feng, there are too many mysterious forces and spells in this world. You won't understand them. Li Xiaojie's face was filled with anger and excitement when he saw Qin Feng. He looked very strange. I can't believe you're still alive. But it doesn't matter. I'll just kill you again. Qin Feng was still in shock. He had pierced Li Xiaojie's heart with the spear of rat halos in the Amethyst Dragon Palace. How could this brat come back to life? Ha. Qin Feng, who do you think you are? You think you can kill me just because you want to? You're just an ant in my eyes. I can kill you with one slap at any time. From the moment Li Xiaojie appeared, he couldn't stop laughing. He laughed until tears came out of his eyes and he couldn't stop. Qin Feng was more or less on guard. It was strange enough that Li Xiaojie had come back from the dead, and now he looked so confident. Could it be that he had a trump card in his hands? Li Xiaojie did not have any trump cards. All he had was 2 stage 6 inner chi martial artists from the verdant sect standing behind him. From Li Xiaojie's point of view, Qin Feng was only a stage 3 inner chi martial artist. Even if he had broken through recently, he would at most be a stage 4 inner chi martial artist. Naturally, Li Xiaojie would not take Qin Feng seriously. Since you're so arrogant, let's fight one-on-one. Qin Feng smiled as he looked at Li Xiaojie. He also realized that Li Xiaojie didn't seem to have any strength. He only dared to be arrogant because he had the support of 2 stage 6 inner chi martial artists. Ha ha ha. Qin Feng, I haven't seen you for 3 months. Have you gone crazy? Why would I fight you one-on-one? You two go and capture him alive. I want to dissect him myself and make him wish he was dead. It was already a miracle that Li Xiaojie was able to come back to life. His body was still very weak, so he was no match for Qin Feng. As soon as he gave the order, the 2 verdant sect disciples behind him suddenly pounced on Qin Feng. The corner of Qin Feng's mouth curled up. He was confident that he could kill these 2 disciples within 3 moves, but he didn't do anything. Instead, he raised his hands and surrendered. Young Master Li, don't. You have 2 stage 6 inner chi martial artists here. How could I be a match for you? We were schoolmates, after all. Please give me some face and let me go. Qin Feng fawned on Li Xiaojie with a cheeky smile. Li Xiaojie laughed so hard that he doubled over. Haha, Qin Feng, I didn't expect this to happen to you. Beg me. Keep begging me. As long as you kneel on the ground and beg me sincerely, I'll consider letting you go. The 2 verdant sect disciples grabbed Qin Feng's shoulders from both sides. Li Xiaojie thought that Qin Feng was completely under their control because he was acting unscrupulously. Young Master Li, that's not very nice of you. We're on equal footing in the academy. How can I feel if you want me to kneel and beg you? Qin Feng said with a bitter face. I want to slap your face. The more humiliated you are, the happier I am. Hurry up and kneel and kowtow to me. Li Xiaojie stared at Qin Feng with his head held high. He felt that he had to pay back all the humiliation he had suffered in the past. Then just kill me. A scholar prefers death to humiliation. Qin Feng looked at Li Xiaojie stubbornly. Li Xiaojie stopped laughing and was dumbfounded. Oh my. I say, young Master Qin, why didn't I realize that you have such a strong backbone? I've always been like this. It's not too late for you to kneel before my black trousers. Qin Feng said with a smug smile. You idiot, I've given you face, and you're still trying to climb up to me. Take him to the autopsy room. I'm going to dissect this brat myself. Let's see if you still have the guts when I dig out your internal organs and feed them to the dogs. Ha ha ha. Li Xiaojie laughed and walked into a room. Qin Feng was also taken in by the 2 verdant sect disciples. The room was not big. There was only a bed and some simple medical equipment beside it. Haha, press him to the bed. Li Xiaojie looked at Qin Feng with a burning gaze. Qin Feng felt a little guilty. Hey, what are you trying to do? I'm warning you. Don't touch me. I'm not interested in men. The corner of Li Xiaojie's mouth twitched violently. Was there nothing else in Qin Feng's mind besides sex? After glaring fiercely at Qin Feng, Li Xiaojie minded his own business and busied himself. After a while, he held a large syringe and walked towards Qin Feng with a smile. What the fuck is this? Don't do anything stupid, or I'll bite my tongue and commit suicide. If that happens, you'll have to rape my corpse, Qin Feng said nervously. Li Xiaojie rolled his eyes and quickly calmed down. He said with a smile, Young Master Qin, don't be afraid. You said we're schoolmates, so why would I do anything to harm you? This is a powerful anesthetic. I'm going to cut you open and take out your internal organs. If you don't inject some of this stuff, you'll be in so much pain that you'll wish you were dead. Look, we're schoolmates, so I'm taking care of you. Li Xiaojie had a sinister smile on his face. He had already inserted the syringe into Qin Feng's body. Qin Feng struggled, but he couldn't break free from the two verdant sect disciples who were stage 6 inner chi experts. Li Xiaojie liked this kind of feeling. He was overjoyed to see Qin Feng's angry yet helpless expression. He. This powerful anesthetic will take effect very soon. I'll start dissecting you in 5 minutes. Don't worry, the anesthetic will wear off when I'm done dissecting you. Then you'll wake up and see my masterpiece. Oh, right. You'll also experience the feeling of being in so much pain that you'll wish you were dead. Ha ha ha. Li Xiaojie took out a scalpel and looked like a maniac with schizophrenia. After listening to Li Xiaojie's words, Qin Feng's eyelids started to twitch, and he slowly fell asleep. Check if he's unconscious, Li Xiaojie said to the two verdant sect disciples. One of them checked Qin Feng and said, Senior brother, he's unconscious. Hee. You guys can leave now. I'll do my best here. Li Xiaojie jumped up excitedly. The two verdant sect disciples exited the room and closed the door. Li Xiaojie looked at the unconscious Qin Feng on the bed and laughed so hard that his mouth almost cracked. Qin Feng, it's all thanks to you that I'm where I am today. You made me look like neither a human nor a ghost, so I'll let you have a taste of that feeling. Li Xiaojie's smile suddenly disappeared, and his eyes burned with intense flames. Last time when Qin Feng came to Feng Yun Fun City to rescue Bai Qing, he switched places with Li Xiaojie and let the doctor dissect Li Xiaojie. Li Xiaojie was so angry that he vomited blood every time he thought about it. However, what made Li Xiaojie even angrier was that his heart was pierced by Qin Feng's spear. Because of that spear, Li Xiaojie's body was now neither a human nor a ghost. Every time he thought about it, he felt disgusted. You. Why are you awake? Li Xiaojie grabbed the scalpel and was about to cut open Qin Feng's belly when Qin Feng suddenly woke up. The evil smile on his face scared Li Xiaojie so much that he trembled all over. Why am I awake? I'm curious too. Didn't you say that the medicine would only lose its effect after I'm dissected? Could it be that the anesthetic has expired? Qin Feng said with a smile. It wasn't that the anesthetic had expired, but that Qin Feng had exchanged for a medicine to relieve the anesthetic from the system before he was injected with the anesthetic. It cost Qin Feng 200 hedonist points. Impossible. You couldn't have woken up. The anesthetic couldn't have expired. Guards. Li Xiaojie felt that something was wrong. Just as he was about to call for the guards outside, Qin Feng slapped Li Xiaojie and knocked him out with ease. You want to dissect me again? Do you have a fetish for dissecting people? That's weird. How did this guy come back to life? Qin Feng looked at Li Xiaojie, who had fainted on the bed, and couldn't figure it out. Qin Feng shook off those messy thoughts and found a black cloth to cover Li Xiaojie's head. Then, he put on the sacred azure battle armor, changed into Li Xiaojie's appearance, and walked out of the room. Senior brother, you're done dissecting him already? The two stage 6 inner chi disciples of the verdant sect asked when they saw Qin Feng coming out. Ahem. I haven't even started dissecting him yet. Qin Feng imitated Li Xiaojie's voice. The two verdant sect disciples didn't see through Qin Feng's disguise. Senior brother, do you have any orders for us? Qin Feng rolled his eyes and said, I can't dissect him alone. Go and call the doctor over. I need his help. Okay. Please wait for a moment. Senior brother? One of the verdant sect disciples went out to call the doctor. Qin Feng returned to the ward and waited. After a while, a middle-aged man wearing a white coat walked in. What's the matter, young Master Li? Qin Feng glanced at Li Xiaojie, who was lying on the bed, and said, Go and dissect that brat. The middle-aged doctor didn't waste any time. He put on his gloves and walked to Li Xiaojie's side. It was obvious that he was used to dissecting people. Young Master Li, where do you want me to dissect? Qin Feng was stunned. Can I do a full-body dissection? Of course. Okay, do a full-body dissection then, Qin Feng ordered. The middle-aged doctor nodded. He took out some surgical instruments and alcohol gauze and started dissecting Li Xiaojie. Chapter 514. The middle-aged doctor's movements were light and agile. Obviously, he had done this kind of dissection many times. Li Xiaojie's chest had been cut open from his belly button. His intestines were exposed, and his heart, liver, and lungs were mixed in the flesh. It was very disgusting. Qin Feng was a cold-blooded killer. He had used his wind blade skill to amputate the limbs of his enemies many times. However, seeing this kind of dissection, Qin Feng felt a little nauseous. The room was filled with the smell of blood and stench. Qin Feng covered his nose and watched quietly. The doctor looked like he was enjoying it. He looked like an artist who was creating the most beautiful painting in the world. Suddenly, the doctor's hands stopped moving. His eyes were filled with fear. He cried out involuntarily, there's something wrong with this body." Qin Feng ignored his disgust and went behind the doctor. He asked in a deep voice, "What's wrong?" This is a human organ." "It's not a human organ. What the hell is this?" Dr. Wang was the new anatomist hired by Verdant Gate. He had dissected hundreds of people in the dissection room on the 3rd floor. He had never been afraid or nervous. However, at this moment, Dr. Wang looked like he had seen a ghost. Qin Feng had already guessed that Li Xiaojie's body was not normal. He looked at Li Xiaojie's heart. Li Xiaojie's heart was different from ordinary people's. It was black and purple as if it was poisoned. Moreover, there was a layer of black mist covering the heart. Qin Feng was very familiar with this mist. It was the evil energy cultivated by Ghost-Face Mountain Man and Taoist Rakshasa. Qin Feng's gaze moved down and quickly swept over Li Xiaojie's lungs and liver. After observing for a while, Qin Feng discovered that Li Xiaojie was truly disgusting. His internal organs had all been swapped out. They were all black and swarthy organs, and they were all covered in a layer of black mist. Why are his organs black? What kind of organs are they? Are they animal organs? Qin Feng was disgusted. He guessed that Li Xiaojie's resurrection had something to do with the replaced organs. The shock in Dr. Wang's eyes had not completely disappeared. He murmured to himself, "These are not animal organs. They must be the organs of a dead body. Moreover, a body that has been dead for a long time." Hiss. Hearing Dr. Wang's words, Qin Feng gasped. He suddenly felt like he was in a horror film. Why was it so scary? Organs of a corpse? Can this thing still work in a normal person's body? Qin Feng felt that his brain wasn't enough to process this. This clearly defied common sense. Dr. Wang slowly recovered. He carefully looked at Qin Feng and said, "Young Master Li, this is a secret of your internal research." "How would I know?" "Young Master Li, you can rest assured that I'm only responsible for dissecting the body. I won't mention anything that I shouldn't ask or say." Qin Feng guessed that this was probably the secret behind the collaboration between the Li family and the Verdant sect when he saw Dr. Wang's sudden nervousness. Qin Feng didn't want to ask Dr. Wang any further. He was still playing the role of Li Xiaojie. If he asked too much, he would definitely expose himself. "Young Master Li, this person should be your research subject. Why did you dissect him? What do we do now?" Dr. Wang looked at Qin Feng with confusion. Cough, cough. About this, Qin Feng cleared his throat and thought quickly. His eyes suddenly lit up and he said with a chuckle, "You changed his heart and kidneys." What did I change them to?" Dr. Wang was obviously stunned. "We have a lot of animal organs here, right?" Qin Feng thought that since the 3rd floor was for dissection experiments, they should find some animals to practice with. "Of course we do. What do you mean, young Master Li?" Dr. Wang was getting more and more confused. He couldn't figure out what Li Xiaojie wanted to do. "Then find me a pig's heart and 2 dogs' kidneys." Qin Feng waved his hand coolly. Pig's heart and dog's kidneys. What do we need them for?" Dr. Wang's mouth twitched violently. He wondered if young Master Li was hungry and wanted to make a barbecue. "Just do as I say. Don't talk nonsense or I'll kill you." Qin Feng glared at Dr. Wang angrily. Dr. Wang was so scared that he immediately ran out. "Calm down, young Master Li. I'll go now." Dr. Wang disappeared like a wisp of smoke. Li Xiaojie was still lying on the bed with his chest and stomach open. Qin Feng wondered if Li Xiaojie would be scared to death if he suddenly woke up now. Dr. Wang quickly ran back with a head full of sweat. He held 2 freezers in his hands. "Young Master Li, the pig's heart and dog's kidneys are all in here. Please give us your next instructions. Go and change that person's heart and kidney. Use the pig's heart and dog's kidney instead." Qin Feng said coldly. Dr. Wang was so scared that he almost fell. He had dissected so many people here, but this was the first time he changed an animal's organ for a patient. Dr. Wang hesitated and asked carefully, "Young Masterly, I'm afraid the animal's organ will reject it. It might kill him. If he dies, then he dies. You've killed a lot of people doing experiments here, right? This is a new type of experiment we developed. Do as I say. If you keep talking nonsense, I'll... Wait a moment, young Masterly. I'll go and change it now." Before Qin Feng could finish speaking, Dr. Wang was so scared that he ran off to do the surgery. Qin Feng sat on a chair at the side and watched this scene with a smile. Qin Feng never showed mercy to his enemies. Luckily, Qin Feng had the system. Otherwise, the one lying there and being dissected would be him. "Hey, I say, why are you so slow? Are you done yet? Do you want to die?" Qin Feng couldn't sit still after waiting for 5 minutes. He could still hear the fight between the Yin-Yang elders and Ghost-Face Mountain Man. It was getting more and more intense. Qin Feng didn't have time to sit here and wait. "Young Master Li, this is an organ transplant. It'll take a few hours no matter how fast it is." Dr. Wang looked worried. Qin Feng waved his hand impatiently. "Then do the surgery properly. I'll go out and get some fresh air. I'll come back later for a checkup. If you can't do it properly, I'll call someone to dissect you." "Ah, okay. Don't worry, young Master Li. I'll do my best." Dr. Wang felt wronged and continued to work hard. Qin Feng swaggered out of the room. Now that he was Li Xiaojie, he could walk around the 3rd floor as he pleased. Qin Feng walked around. The 3rd floor was filled with such small rooms. Qin Feng searched every single one of them, but he didn't find any special clues. He walked all the way to the innermost part of the 3rd floor, and a narrow passageway appeared in front of him. The passageway was pitch black, and there wasn't even a light. As soon as Qin Feng walked closer, he felt a dense corpse aura wafting out from the deepest part of the passageway. "Who are you? Stop right now. Don't go any further." Qin Feng walked into the depths of the corridor and heard a cold shout. The corridor was so dark that Qin Feng couldn't see the appearance of the person in front of him. "How dare you? I'm Li Xiaojie." "Ah, so it's young Master Li. I'm really sorry." After Qin Feng said Li Xiaojie's name, the person in front of him became respectful. Qin Feng continued, "Open the door. I'll go in and take a look." The guard hesitated, but still opened the door. Suddenly, a ray of light shone in. Qin Feng felt that it was a bit dazzling. "Guard here, and don't let anyone else come in." Qin Feng walked to the side of the 2 guards and didn't forget to warn them. The 2 stood ramrod straight and said in a loud voice, "Don't worry, young Master Li." Qin Feng walked through the door. Inside was a large room. The room was built like a prison. The 4 sides were separated by iron cages. There were dozens of people in each cage. There were men, women, young and old. Some of these people had tattered clothes and unkempt hair. It seemed that they had been locked up for a long time. There were also some who were cleaner and looked nervous and scared. They were probably caught not long ago. "Ah, don't catch me. Don't catch me. Someone's coming again. God bless me. Please don't catch me for experiments. You bastard, hurry and let us out. I'm a police officer. This is kidnapping and illegal imprisonment. You'll go to jail." As soon as Qin Feng entered the room, it was a mess. Some begged for mercy, some threatened and cursed at Qin Feng. Qin Feng scanned the room. There were over 100 people in the room. It was like a zoo. "You said you're a police officer?" Qin Feng walked to the side of a relatively clean young man. This person had probably been caught not long ago. At least his clothes were complete, and his face wasn't dirty. "I'm Li Tao, a police officer from the Acropolis City's North District Subbureau. Hurry and let me and these people go. You're breaking the law." When the police officer saw Qin Feng walk over, he suddenly became agitated. He grabbed the iron bars and shook them with all his might. However, the iron cage was clearly very sturdy and couldn't be shaken. "North District Subbureau? No wonder you look familiar. Your previous superior was Bing Bing, right?" Qin Feng looked at the young man with a smile. The man suddenly froze. You're talking about Deputy Bureau Chief Lu, right? Yeah, my woman Bing Bing. Qin Feng's smile became even wider. Li Tao couldn't react. How did Director Lu become this man's woman? In other words, if this person was Director Lu's man, why would he do such a heartless thing? Don't try to trick me. You can't be Director Lu's man. Director Lu would never like you. If you know what's good for you, hurry and let us go. Otherwise, when my companions get here, they'll raid your fun city again. Li Tao became even more agitated than before. He bared his porcelain teeth and glared at Qin Feng. He looked like he wanted to bite Qin Feng to death. Qin Feng was also angry. He glared at Li Tao and yelled, You stinking brat. Why am I not good enough for Bing Bing? Let me tell you, it was Bing Bing who offered herself to me. She's on the 4th floor of Fun City. Oh, that's right. You were there when Bing Bing led a team to raid Fun City, right? Qin Feng finally knew why the man in front of him looked familiar. This brat must have been there when Lu Bingbing led a team to raid Feng Yun Fun City, so Qin Feng had some impression of him. Chapter 5:15. Li Tao glared at Qin Feng angrily. He couldn't associate him with Qin Feng. Last time, Lu Bingbing led a team to raid Feng Yun Fun City, and Qin Feng saved everyone by himself. In the end, he used the talisman of clairvoyance to arrange for the police officers to capture and rescue people from different rooms. Qin Feng's strength and ability deeply shocked the police officers. Because of that, Qin Feng became an idol in everyone's heart. How could the high and mighty hero in Li Tao's heart look like a pretty boy? Moreover, he seemed to be related to the underground trade in Feng Yun Fun City. Oh, I almost forgot. Didn't I use the disguise technique to change my appearance and sneak in to save you? As Qin Feng spoke, the sacred azure battle armor returned to its normal state, and Qin Feng revealed his original appearance. Fuck, it's really Hero Qin Feng. I didn't expect you to be so skillful in changing your appearance. You've opened my eyes again. Seeing Qin Feng, Li Tao's attitude changed immediately. He clenched his fists and stared at Qin Feng with an excited, infatuated look. It would be fine if Li Tao was a beauty, but he was a pure man. Qin Feng almost vomited when he saw Li Tao's infatuated look. Go, go, go. Get out of my way. I'm going to kick the door down. Before Li Tao could react, Qin Feng unleashed his strength and kicked the big iron door. The iron door was 3 meters wide and 2 meters tall, and it was sent flying by Qin Feng's kick. Bang! The big iron door smashed into the wall and directly caved in. The other people in the cell were already hiding in the corner, trembling in fear. Li Tao was still stupefied at the door. Just now, the big iron door almost cut off his head. Wow! Hero Qin Feng, you're so powerful. I can't stand it anymore. After Li Tao came to his senses, he didn't look scared at all. He kicked his legs and came to Qin Feng's side. He almost pounded Qin Feng's chest and acted like a spoiled child. The corner of Qin Feng's mouth twitched. He punched Li Tao's abdomen. Be serious. Li Tao cried out in pain and cold sweat beaded on his forehead. However, his eyes sparkled with little stars of admiration. He forced a smile and said, Great hero Qin Feng, I'm being serious. Don't be angry. Qin Feng always felt that Li Tao was a sissy, so he kept a safe distance from him. He said with a cold expression, How long have you been locked up for? Li Tao twirled the short hair on the top of his head, turned sideways and said sweetly, Master Qin, I've been here for 2 days. Qin Feng resisted the urge to vomit and continued to ask, What's going on here? After you were captured, didn't you try to call for help? Hero Qin, this should be a secret base. I don't know what kind of perverted experiments the people of Feng Yun Fun City are doing. They've captured some people and imprisoned them here. It seems they want to use these people as live experiments. After I was captured, all kinds of communication devices were taken away. There's no way to escape from this room. Hero Qin, you're the best. You sent the iron door flying with a single kick. You really scared me to death. Qin Feng had had enough of Li Tao. This person was too much of a sissy. At this moment, a gray-haired elder walked out of the cage and stopped in front of Qin Feng. Little brother, are you here to rescue us? The elder's eyes sparkled with expectation. Uncle, can you tell me in detail what you know? Seeing that a normal person had come, Qin Feng directly threw Li Tao aside. Moreover, the elder's clothes were tattered, and his face was covered with dirt. It seemed that he had been locked up here for a long time. He must know more. The elder's eyes were filled with complex emotions. He sighed and said, I've been locked up here for almost a month. This place is under the guise of Fun City, but it's actually a secret experimental base ruled by an organization. That organization captures people from outside and dissects them alive for experiments. I think it's because I'm old that they haven't dissected me yet. However, there are many young people who came here later than me. They've never seen them come back. When the elder said this, the entire room became chaotic. In fact, many people who were locked up here didn't know what they were going to face. Now that the elder had explained it clearly, everyone was scared out of their wits. Dissecting people alive? Did they have to be so perverted? Uncle, do you know the purpose of the organization behind dissecting people alive? Qin Feng didn't care about the chaos and stared at the elder with a burning gaze. Apart from rescuing Hua Yin, Qin Feng had another important mission in Fengyun Fun City, to investigate the true purpose of the collaboration between the Yunhaili family and the Verdant Sect Empress, and to complete the third side mission of Yun Province. The elder hesitated and didn't speak directly. Suddenly, he leaned close to Qin Feng's ear and whispered, I know their purpose, but there are spies in this prison. I don't dare to tell you now, or I'll be dead. Qin Feng's expression changed drastically. He didn't expect there to be spies in this prison. Did this mean that his identity as Li Xiaojie had been exposed? Little pig, can the system help me find the spies? Qin Feng was racing against time. He immediately communicated with Little Pig telepathically. Yes, master. You need to spend 500 hedonist points. That's so fucking expensive. Locate me. Qin Feng gritted his teeth and began to locate the spies. In the next second, Qin Feng regretted his decision. He wanted to release Little Pig and give it a good beating. Ding! Host Qin Feng spent 2,000 hedonist points to locate the 4 spies. The system's notification sounded. Suddenly, a thumbnail image of the prison appeared in Qin Feng's mind. It was densely packed with little red dots. The little red dots represented the innocent people in the prison, and there were 4 green dots within the red dots, which were the 4 traitors. Little Pig, why didn't you tell me that it costs 500 hedonist points per person? Qin Feng didn't have time to deal with Little Pig. Otherwise, he would drag him out and teach him a lesson. Master, I didn't tell you that it costs 500 hedonist points to locate the spies. It's your fault that you didn't ask clearly. How can you blame me, the smart and invincible Little Pig? Little Pig glared at Qin Feng. Just you wait. I'll deal with you after I'm done with the spies. Qin Feng ignored the Little Pig and strode over to the row of cages. He raised his leg and kicked open the metal door. Li Tao, capture the man in the black shirt and white trousers and the woman with a knife scar on her forehead. They're spies. Qin Feng roared as he arrived at the innermost part of the cage. Qin Feng swatted out with his palm and slapped a burly man to the ground. Hurry and press the alarm. Someone's broken in. Beside the burly man, a small man with shifty eyes started to run out. As he ran, he pressed the alarm in his hand. Beep, beep, beep. The entire prison suddenly flashed with a red light, and a sharp alarm sounded. Qin Feng kicked the small man and knocked him out. At this moment, with the elder's help, Li Tao subdued the 2 spies in the cage. Li Tao hurriedly came to Qin Feng's side. Great hero Qin, what should we do now? At this critical moment, Li Tao finally returned to normal. Qin Feng patted his shoulder and said, Hurry and organize everyone to escape. Don't go from the 1st floor. Do as I did last time and jump down from the 4th floor's window. Okay. Be careful, great hero Qin. Li Tao frowned and yelled at the top of his lungs to organize everyone to escape. The elder brought 5 young men and women to Qin Feng's side. Little brother, thank you very much for saving us this time. If you have time, come to the medicine village to look for us. We'll definitely treat you well. The elder and the 5 villagers were about to leave with Li Tao when Qin Feng pulled the elder back. Follow me. I'll bring you out of here. Also, You have to tell me the purpose of the mastermind. The elder hesitated for a moment and nodded. Since I've promised you, I'll listen to you. Bang! At this moment, a loud noise came from the door. The people who ran out screamed and ran back. The scene was a mess. How dare you break into our verdant sex base? You're courting death. The two guards at the door walked in. Li Tao was sent flying by a slap from the two guards and landed beside Qin Feng. Qin Feng quickly helped Li Tao up. He found that Li Tao's chest had caved in. It was obvious that Li Tao would not live for long. Great hero Qin, I know I'm going to die soon. You must lead everyone out of here. I can die with no regrets if I can lie in your warm and firm embrace before I die. Li Tao looked like he was in love. His first words moved Qin Feng a little, but his last words made Qin Feng so angry that he almost slapped him. Qin Feng didn't waste any time. He took out a blood chi pill and stuffed it into Li Tao's mouth. Little brother, did you take out a blood chi pill just now? The elder from the medicine village stared at the blood chi pill in Li Tao's mouth. He couldn't wait to dig it out. You recognize the blood chi pill. You must be a martial artist. Qin Feng nodded. It's really a blood chi pill. Did you make it yourself? The elder looked at Qin Feng in surprise. Qin Feng shook his head. A friend of mine made it for me. Let's not talk about this now. I'm going to kill those two guards and get you out of here. Qin Feng tapped the ground with his feet and flew towards the two guards at the entrance. The moment they attacked, Qin Feng could tell that they were both stage 6 inner chi experts. You're overestimating yourself. Die. Seeing Qin Feng take the initiative to attack, the two guards' eyes flashed with contempt. They waited until Qin Feng stood in front of them before they made their move. However, before the two of them could strike, they suddenly realized that their arms were empty. The two of them subconsciously looked at their arms and were so shocked that their eyeballs almost popped out. Fuck. Where's my arm? Huh? You lost your arm? How did you lose your arm? Qin Feng couldn't help but laugh when he saw the guards' shocked expressions. So it's two armless people. Forget it. Since you're so pitiful, I won't bully you anymore. It must be you. You're asking for it. I can torture you to death even without my arm. The two guards came back to their senses. They gritted their teeth and prepared to kick Qin Feng to death. However, just as they were about to move their legs, they felt their bodies sink and fell to the ground. My leg. Where's my leg? Chapter 5:16. Only one of the two guards was left standing on the ground. Blood flowed like a river beneath their bodies. They had lost the will to fight. They kept repeating the same question. Where are the arms and legs? Everyone in the prison stood behind Qin Feng. They were scared to death when they saw the two guards who had lost their arms and legs. The speed of Qin Feng's wind blades was too fast. Most of these people were ordinary people. How could they catch Qin Feng's attack? Dad, how did those two bad guys turn out like this? Wow, it must be God descending to punish these bad guys. No, it's Ultraman who came to fight the small monsters. There are no small monsters here. I think Superman came to save the world and defeat the bad guys. The adults were so scared that they didn't dare to make a sound. But the naive and ignorant children were shouting happily. Qin Feng bought a talisman of clairvoyance from the system. The image of the third and fourth floors became clear. Li Tao, are you dead? Qin Feng shouted behind him. Soon, a weak voice came, Hero Qin. I don't think I can die. If you can't die, then get everyone out of here. Run to the fourth floor. Take the stairs on the right and go to room 403. There's no one in there. Let's go. Qin Feng found that there were not many people guarding the fourth floor. However, the disciples of the Verdant sect and the thugs of the Li family rushed to the second and third floors after hearing the commotion. As a police officer, Li Tao forced himself to organize the evacuation. The elder from the herb village helped Li Tao to Qin Feng's side. Little brother, I'll help Officer Li Tao organize the evacuation. Don't worry, I'll wait for you outside. I won't run away. Qin Feng nodded. At this time, the people on the second and third floors had reached the narrow passageway. They blocked the passageway and shouted, People inside, listen up. We've surrounded the only exit. If you want to live, go back to the prison and stay there. If you don't want to live, run away. Also, you brat who broke into the forbidden area of the verdant sect, come out if you have the guts. Don't hide in the crowd like a coward. At a glance, there were at least 30 people surrounding the exit. More than half of these people were martial artists. Now that they released their auras, the ordinary people behind Qin Feng could not even breathe. What should we do? Why don't we go back? If we go back, we can live for a few more days. If we go out, we'll die immediately. Dad, if we don't go back, Ultraman will come and save us. I told you that's not Ultraman. Are you stupid? That's obviously Superman who likes to wear underwear on the outside. The children had childlike expressions on their faces, as if they didn't sense any danger at all. At this moment, they were arguing with each other at the top of their voices. The adults, on the other hand, all had grave and frightened expressions on their faces. Some of them had already started to rush back to the prison. Shio. Suddenly, a sharp wind whistled through the air. This time, the people behind Qin Feng saw a flash of white light in the dark passageway. The white light flashed and disappeared. Then, they heard the cries of pain from the bad guys. It hurts so much. Where's my arm? Where's my arm? Shio. Before the first man's voice fell, more white lights flickered. The 30 or so people surrounding the exit felt as if there were invisible, sharp swords slashing down on them. They didn't even have a chance to resist. Instantly, their hands and feet were cut off. Some people's heads even flew off. Ao. The entire narrow passageway was filled with ghostly wails and wolf howls. A strong smell of blood wafted over. Many people directly vomited. Follow me. Qin Feng's expression was ice cold. He walked towards the exit like a grim god of war. Li Tao had a love-struck look on his face. He excitedly led the group and followed behind Qin Feng. Shio. As he walked, Qin Feng raised his hands and shot wind blades. The surrounding walls were cut with deep gullies. Of the 30 or so people in front of them, only 4 or 5 were left standing. You guys leave quickly. I'll wait at the stairway to the 4th floor to buy you guys some time. Qin Feng signaled Li Tao with his eyes. Li Tao winked at Qin Feng and reluctantly led the group to leave. Qin Feng didn't feel anything after cutting more than 20 people. Now, he suddenly felt nauseous. Fortunately, Li Tao left quickly. If he was a bit later, Qin Feng would have killed him with a wind blade. Who the hell are you? Why did you cause trouble in the verdant sect's forbidden area? The remaining 5 people were all stage 4 inner chi experts. Just now, they circulated their inner chi with all their might to survive Qin Feng's wind blades. Their bodies were full of cuts and their clothes were in tatters. They were in a sorry state. The eyes of the 5 people were filled with fear and shock. At the beginning, they were confident, arrogant, and despotic. They didn't put Qin Feng in their eyes at all. But after seeing Qin Feng's wind blade, they were all dumbfounded. They had been martial artists for so many years and had seen many experts' martial skills, but they had never seen such a powerful martial skill. Could it be that the opponent was half a step into the cultivation realm? But after seeing Qin Feng's young age, the 5 of them dispelled this thought. Is it that important who I am? Get out of here or die. Qin Feng's expression turned cold. Dense inner chi surged from his body. The 5 people were shocked. They realized that Qin Feng was only a stage 4 inner chi expert. How could he be so powerful? Let's attack together. Although this kid is strange, he's only a stage 4 inner chi expert. I don't believe we can't kill him if we join forces. After a short moment of hesitation, someone took the lead and pounced on Qin Feng. This person held a long sword and swung it at Qin Feng's head. Buzz. The sound of a sword resonated in the air. The spiritrush sword in Qin Feng's hand emitted an orange light. The long sword trembled in the air, and a ray of sword light slid down. Before the man could reach Qin Feng, he was frozen on the spot. Solitary 9 swords. Bang! The sharp sword chi carried a momentum that could split mountains. The stage 4 inner chi expert suddenly split open from the top of his skull and exploded into 2 halves. The 4 martial artists who followed after him stopped abruptly. They watched their comrade, who took the initiative to attack a second ago, turned into a mist of blood and pieces of flesh. They were so scared that their eyeballs almost popped out of their sockets. Run, run. After a moment of hesitation, the four martial artists broke into a run. Qin Feng did not chase after them. In a flash, he arrived at the fourth floor. There was a big fight on the first floor, and the prison on the third floor was broken into. There were almost no guards on the fourth floor. There were 3 or 4 Li family's thugs, but they were easily defeated by Li Tao and his men. When Qin Feng arrived at the fourth floor, he used his X-ray vision to look around. In room 403, Li Tao was leading his men to escape through the window. They tied 3 bedsheets and threw them outside. At this moment, more than half of the crowd had already escaped. Seeing that Li Tao was basically safe, Qin Feng was relieved and began to search the other rooms. Finally, Qin Feng's gaze fell on room 408. There was no one else in the room except for Hua Yin, who was tied up and thrown in a corner. Bang! Qin Feng strode over to room 408 and kicked the door open. Who is it? Hua Yin jumped in fright and screamed. When she saw Qin Feng, she forgot to close her mouth. She stared at Qin Feng in a daze for a long time before regaining her senses. Damn you, Qin Feng, where have you been lately? Don't you know that the teachers and students of Jindu University are looking for you? When Qin Feng was about to untie Hua Yin suddenly said this. Qin Feng was dumbfounded. He had imagined Hua Yin's reaction when she saw him, but he never thought that she would behave like this. Have you been drugged by them and your brain has become stupid? What the hell are you talking about? After Qin Feng came to his senses, he ignored Hua Yin's words and began to untie her. Qin Feng, you bastard. We were so worried about you, but you came to this place to fool around. You really pissed me off. After Hua Yin was untied, she began to beat Qin Feng's chest. Qin Feng grabbed Hua Yin's arm and thought, what's wrong with this woman? What's wrong with you? I came to save you out of kindness, but you beat and scolded me. I don't understand what you're saying. Did they drug you or not? They didn't rape you, did they? Rape your grandpa. Hua Yin glared at Qin Feng angrily. Can't you think of me better? God wants me to be bullied by bad people. Hua Yin was fine now. Qin Feng pulled her up from the ground. He knew that Hua Yin was billowy lady, so he knew that she was a stage 4 demon cultivator. However, he couldn't feel a trace of demon qi in Hua Yin's body. Why don't you have any power? Don't tell me they crippled you? Qin Feng was angry. Hua Yin and Qin Feng had a complicated relationship. At least, Qin Feng didn't want anyone to bully Hua Yin. No, but the Ghost-Face Mountain Man knew that I was a stage 4 demon cultivator. To prevent me from escaping, he fed me a qi-dissipating pill. My power was suppressed, Hua Yin explained. Qin Feng was confused. What Ghost-Face Mountain Man? What are you talking about? Hua Yin suddenly realized that the person in front of her was Qin Feng, not Green Wolf. Of course, Qin Feng didn't know the Ghost-Face Mountain Man. However, Hua Yin felt that it was a coincidence. The Ghost-Face Mountain Man threatened Green Wolf to come, but Green Wolf didn't come. Oh, no, it's nothing. Let's run for our lives. There's a stage 7 demon cultivator here. Don't be too powerful. Hua Yin was worried when she thought of the Ghost-Face Mountain Man. She didn't know the situation here. She didn't know where the Ghost-Face Mountain Man and the other guards were. Come with me. I'll help you escape. Qin Feng pulled Hua Yin's tender hand and ran to room 403. Hua Yin blushed slightly. She didn't break free from Qin Feng's grip because they were running for their lives. When they arrived at room 403, Li Tao and the others were already far away. However, Qin Feng still had his X-ray vision. He saw 6 people hiding behind the opposite room. It was the old man from the herb village and 5 young men and women. Don't tell me you want me to jump down from here? Looking at the height of the 4th floor, Hua Yin glared at Qin Feng angrily. If it was in the past, Hua Yin could easily land on the ground. However, her demon qi had been suppressed, and she was just an ordinary person. If she jumped like this, she would definitely fall to her death. Chapter 517. Where else do you want to go if you don't go down from here? The enemies on the third floor are about to catch up with us. There's a big monster fighting with two other small monsters on the first floor. They're very fierce. Qin Feng curled his lips and said impatiently. Hua Yin guessed that the big monster must be the Ghostface Hillman. As for the two small monsters, she had no idea who they were. However, Hua Yin had figured out the current situation. The two small monsters should be the Ghostface Hillman's enemies, and they came to fight him. Looks like I'm really lucky to have such a good opportunity. Hua Yin murmured to herself happily. Qin Feng glanced at her and said, Are you still not going to have sex? Even if you want to, you should wait until we find a safe place to do it. Hua Yin's good mood instantly disappeared. She glared at Qin Feng and said, What nonsense are you talking about, you brat? If I still had my strength, I'd whip you to death with the blood shadow whip. Slap. A crisp sound rang out as soon as Hua Yan's angry voice fell. Hua Yin immediately covered her, and glared at Qin Feng with a flushed face. Why did you hit my butt? Qin Feng said with a smile. Didn't you threaten me? Keep threatening me. Let's see who gets whipped. Seeing Qin Feng's smug look, Hua Yin was so angry that her breasts trembled. Qin Feng's eyes lit up, and he wanted to whip Hua Yan's breasts too. It would feel so good. What are you waiting for? Take me down now. Hua Yin had no way to vent her anger. She had no strength now, so she could only yell at Qin Feng to express her dissatisfaction. Qin Feng suddenly got close to Hua Yin and slapped her butt. Then, he held her butt and pressed her against his body. Hua Yin was so scared that she screamed, Qin Feng, I'm warning you, don't take advantage of me. You're a despicable person. I'll make you pay when I recover my strength. Let go of me. Qin Feng suddenly let go, and Hua Yin felt her body falling rapidly. Fine, I won't hug you. I don't want to hug you. Hua Yin looked down and realized that she was more than 10 meters in the air. Qin Feng really let go of her. Qin Feng, I was wrong. Quick, hold me tight. I want it. Qin Feng's body trembled violently. Hua Yan's voice was too sexy, and her words were full of hidden meaning. Qin Feng reached out and pulled Hua Yin into his arms again. However, this time, Qin Feng was hugging Hua Yin from behind. His hands were pressed on her voluptuous breasts with great precision. Hua Yin moaned. She was so embarrassed that her pretty face was about to drip water. However, she didn't dare to get angry. Otherwise, Qin Feng would throw her away again. This kind of feeling made Hua Yin extremely angry. Tap tap. With two soft sounds, Qin Feng landed with Hua Yin in his arms. Before Hua Yin could explode, Qin Feng took his hands away from her breasts and looked at Hua Yin seriously as if nothing had happened. I still have some things to deal with here. You don't have any strength now, so find a safe place to hide. Hua Yin wanted to curse Qin Feng as soon as she landed. She opened her mouth, but no words came out. By the way, when are you going back to school? Qin Feng was slightly stunned. This was the third time that Hua Yin had mentioned school. Qin Feng felt that it was stupid to always mention those unimportant things at such a dangerous time. All right, I'm leaving first. Don't tell me you're pregnant? How did you become so silly? Qin Feng looked at Hua Yin with disdain. Then, he jumped lightly and disappeared from Hua Yan's sight. Hua Yin looked at the air and waved her little fists. I've never had a man before. Pregnant my ass. After cursing Qin Feng's 18 generations of ancestors, Hua Yan's anger gradually subsided. Now that the demonic energy in her body was suppressed, she needed to find a safe place to hide. Hua Yan's big, beautiful eyes darted around. Finally, she decided to go home. Since she was already in Hepping Town, she naturally had to go back to her home village to take a look. Qin Feng heard Hua Yan's last curses, but he ignored her. Qin Feng stood guard behind the building for a while. After Hua Yin left, Qin Feng ran again and arrived at the back of the building where the old man from the herb village was hiding. Little brother, you're here. The old man was very happy to see Qin Feng. This meant that Qin Feng was safe. Senior, I'm Qin Feng. How should I address you? Qin Feng asked. Little friend Qin Feng, you can call me Elder Hua. The old man chuckled and stroked his beard. Elder Hua? Qin Feng felt that the name sounded familiar, but he couldn't recall where he had heard it. Qin Feng was looking for Elder Hua to find out about the secret cooperation between the Verdant sect and the Li family of Yunhai City. He went straight to the point. Elder Hua, can you tell me what you know about the internal situation now? Elder Hua nodded and said with a serious expression, young friend Qin Feng, I actually discovered the secret of their research by chance. The people of the medicine village are different from the ordinary people who were captured. We've been practicing martial arts and pill refinement since we were young, so we're all martial artists. Because of this, I discovered that the person who organized the dissection was actually researching a method to quickly break through. A method to achieve rapid breakthroughs? Qin Feng was slightly stunned. He connected all the clues he found today and vaguely realized something. He continued to ask, Elder Hua, since you're also a martial artist and a senior, you must know a lot about the martial arts world. Could it be that the evil cultivators used dissection to replace the organs of an ordinary person with those of a dead body? Then, they could achieve rapid breakthroughs? Qin Feng thought of Li Xiaojie. Li Xiaojie had come back from the dead and even replaced all his organs with those of a dead body. Obviously, this was for the purpose of his cultivation. The evil cultivators would resort to any means to achieve rapid breakthroughs. The situation you mentioned is indeed real. However, I'm not sure about the details. Elder Hua's expression darkened. He was filled with rage when he thought of the dark experiment in Feng Yun Fun City. Ding! Congratulations to host Qin Feng for completing the third side mission of Yun Province Disturbance. You have successfully found out the real cooperation between the Li family of Yunhai City and the Verdant sect. The system will reward host Qin Feng 20,000 Hedonist points and a random high-grade spirit pill. The system's notification tone suddenly sounded. Qin Feng saw that his Hedonist points had increased to 28,800, and a fiery red pill the size of an egg had appeared in the system's warehouse. Little friend Qin Feng, are you all right? Qin Feng was lost in the system's reward. Elder Hua shook his arm. I'm fine. I'm fine. Elder Hua, hurry up and find a safe place to hide. Be careful when you go out in the future. Don't get caught by the bad guys again. Qin Feng had completed his mission, so he didn't need to ask Elder Hua any further. It seemed that the Li family of Yunhai City and the Verdant sect had built Feng Yun Fun City in Hepping Town. They used the name Feng Yun Fun City as a gimmick, but they were actually conducting dissection experiments in secret. The Ghost-Faced Mountain Man was the Verdant sect's great elder, which meant that the Verdant sect was a sect of evil cultivators. They conducted dissection experiments to find a way for evil cultivators to achieve rapid breakthroughs. This sect was truly devoid of conscience. All right, we'll take our leave now. Be careful, little friend Qin Feng. Come visit us when you're free, and we'll treat you well. Elder Hua didn't linger. He left with the group of young men and women. Meanwhile, Qin Feng was watching Feng Yun Fun City from a dark corner. In the hall on the first floor, the young elders and the Ghost-Faced Mountain Man were still engaged in a fierce battle. All three of them were injured, and their clothes were tattered. Their hair and faces were dirty. Qin Feng smirked at the sight. He didn't want to get involved in a battle of this level. It would be best if the young elders and the Ghost-Faced Mountain Man perished together. After watching for a while, Qin Feng realized that the battle wouldn't end anytime soon, so he turned around and left. Qin Feng drove his BMW and sped all the way to Hepping Town. This was his second time coming to Hepping Town, so he wasn't very familiar with the streets. To avoid being chased by the young elders and the Ghost-Faced Mountain Man, Qin Feng deliberately took many detours and small paths to get rid of the pursuers. However, after going around in circles, Qin Feng became confused. In this unfamiliar city, Qin Feng drove slowly and aimlessly. At this time, he suddenly thought of Bai Qing. If Bai Qing was here, it would be much more convenient. That's right. Should he go to Bai Qing's parents' house to see? Qin Feng's mind was filled with all sorts of thoughts. Suddenly, he noticed that the surrounding spiritual energy had changed. Originally, the spiritual energy in the secular world was extremely sparse, so much so that it was difficult to sense it under normal circumstances. However, Qin Feng didn't know where he was driving to. It was a desolate and cold place, and there were only a few faintly discernible small houses in the distance. It felt like a small village. However, the closer he got to the village, the denser the surrounding spiritual energy became. Phew! Qin Feng took a deep breath. He could feel the air he exhaled enter his body and automatically circulate through his entire body. Finally, it was stored in his dantian. Spiritual energy was indispensable to a martial artist's cultivation. The denser and purer the spiritual energy was, the faster a martial artist's cultivation would be. At this time, Qin Feng instinctively drove the car toward the small village in the distance. The black BMW turned into a bolt of lightning and sped forward. The surrounding spiritual energy became more and more abundant. Qin Feng felt that the change in the spiritual energy was very obvious with every kilometer he moved forward. At this time, he was extremely excited. He thought about how pure and abundant the spiritual energy would be once he reached the center of the village. If he could cultivate diligently in the village for a few years, wouldn't he directly break through to the realm of inner chi great completion? Vroom. Qin Feng stepped on the accelerator, and the BMW roared like a wild beast as it sped forward. The scene in front of him was a flat plain with no signs of human habitation. The feeling of a man and a car speeding through the wilderness was extremely wonderful. Screech. The originally illusory and faintly discernible village chief gradually became clear. However, Qin Feng suddenly slammed on the brakes and stopped abruptly. Bang! A large knife suddenly fell from the sky and stabbed into the ground less than half a meter in front of the BMW. If Qin Feng had braked a second later, his head would have been chopped off. Chapter 5:18. The newcomers were obviously martial artists with great strength. Originally, they were very far away from Qin Feng, and in Qin Feng's eyes, they were just little black dots. In just a few breaths, the little black dots grew bigger and bigger, and finally formed a human shape. After half a minute, he could see their facial features clearly. Qin Feng's heart skipped a beat as he scanned the crowd. He recognized a few familiar faces among them. They were all martial artists. Zhang Jin and Li Kuai-shou, who had besieged Qin Feng in the royal clubhouse's staircase, were among them. As for Huang Bizi, he had probably been burned to death by the flaming golden eagle's flames. Haha, Qin Feng, it's really Qin Feng. You're still alive. That's great. All your treasures are mine. Zhang Jin, the successor of the Southern Dragon Fist, had already arrived beside Qin Feng. He stared at Qin Feng with a burning gaze, like a wild wolf that had spotted its prey. Li Kuai-shou, the swordsman of the Jianghu, arrived next to Qin Feng. This time, he was not alone. He was followed by a small group of swordsmen wearing black clothes and holding broadswords. When he arrived beside Qin Feng, Li Kuai-shou pulled out the broadsword from the ground. It turned out that he was the one who threw the broadsword at Qin Feng. Zhang Jin, don't even think about taking all the treasures by yourself. We came here for nothing. Li Kuai-shou quarreled with Zhang Jin as soon as he arrived. He made it sound as if they could really snatch Qin Feng's treasures. Whoosh, whoosh. Following that, waves after waves of martial artists rushed over. Some of them were loose cultivators who came alone, but most of them were groups led by experts from sections. These martial artists were divided into different groups and surrounded Qin Feng. They were all dressed in the same clothes and held the same weapons. There was Li Kuai-shou's group of swordsmen, Zhang Jin's group of empty-handed fighters, a bald monk wearing a gray cloth, a cold Taoist nun wearing a green robe and holding a horsetail whisk, and someone from the axe gang who held a pair of axes. All in all, there were all kinds of strange people, and it was an eye-opener for Qin Feng. Obviously, everyone was here to snatch Qin Feng's treasures and skills. Compared to the previous martial world disturbance, the number of martial artists and sects that came this time was 3 to 4 times more than the previous time. Qin Feng stood alone in the middle, surrounded by many people like a pitiful little rabbit. Ding! The Hedonist sovereign system has issued the Martial World Disturbance Continuation Quest. Intimidate, defend, and counterattack. Time limit, 7 days. Quest details. Intimidate. The host needs to intimidate the martial artists who come to steal the spiritual equipment and cultivation skills, making them fear the host. Defend. The host needs to constantly protect his own life and the items in the system from being stolen. Counterattack. The host can obtain a generous reward of hedonist points by counterattacking the enemy. Killing martial artists of different ranks would result in different hedonist points. The system will reward hedonist Qin Feng 30,000 hedonist points and a random drawing ticket from the system's hidden interface if the mission is completed. If the mission is failed, 60,000 hedonist points will be deducted. A series of system notifications resounded in Qin Feng's mind. This mission was slightly different from the previous ones. In the mission, Qin Feng would be rewarded with hedonist points if he killed or snatched a spiritual weapon from an enemy. Moreover, the higher the level of the enemy, the more hedonist points he would receive. Qin Feng was initially furious when he was surrounded by so many enemies, but now, he couldn't wait for more forces to come and attack him. In Qin Feng's eyes, these people were all strings of hedonist points. Today, our Shaolin Temple has come to invite almsgiver Qin Feng to be a guest of our Shaolin Temple. I hope that the heroes of the martial arts world will give this poor monk some face and allow almsgiver Qin Feng to return with me. A bald old man suddenly stood up and put his palms together. Qin Feng was almost fooled by the old man's kind gaze. He thought that the old man was really here to help him. However, in the next second, a Taoist nun from the Immerse sect, whose real age couldn't be determined, waved her horsetail whisk and took a step forward. Monk Yuan Qing, since when did the Shaolin sect invite Qin Feng? Don't you know how to brag? Faced with the Taoist nun's doubt, Monk Yuan Qing didn't get angry. Instead, he replied amiably, "Priestess Heartless, the abbot of our sect has indeed asked me to invite almsgiver Qin Feng to be our guest. Why would I lie to everyone?" Then our Immerse sect leader has also invited Qin Feng to be our guest. Priestess Heartless' expression turned cold, and an imposing aura erupted from her body. Qin Feng was slightly stunned. She's actually a stage 7 inner chi expert. Whoosh! Seeing that the Shaolin sect and the Immerse sect were at loggerheads, the surrounding forces began to whisper to each other. China was a vast country with many cultural origins. Since ancient times, various sects and forces were established in great numbers. These sects and forces in the secular world, big and small, had also been passed down with the development of society. However, up until now, many of the original big sects had already disappeared, and the small forces from before were slowly expanding and becoming powerful. Currently, China had 3 sects and 5 sects. After a long history of development and inheritance, they now had a strong foundation and abundant resources. Other sects, big and small, would not easily provoke them. The 3 sects were Verdant Sect, Hong Sect, and Dragon Sect, while the 5 sects were Shaolin Sect, Immerse Sect, Wudong Sect, Huashan Sect, and Kunlun Sect. At this moment, not only did Shaolin and Immerse send their people, but Wudong, Mount Hua, and Kunlun also sent their people. These 3 sects were standing calmly on the side, watching the argument between Shaolin and Immerse. They were ready to wait and see. Even the 5 sects of China were greedy for Qin Feng's spiritual equipment and cultivation skills. They had even sent people to rob Qin Feng. The rest of the sects, big and small, were under great pressure. Priestess Heartless, I believe that your sect leader has really invited Qin Feng as a guest. However, first come, first served, and I was the one who invited young hero Qin Feng first. Young hero Qin Feng should follow me back to the Shaolin sect before going to the Immerse sect, Monk Yuan Qing said calmly as he put his palms together in front of Priestess Heartless. Priestess Heartless' expression was cold. She couldn't be bothered to play this kind of game. She pointed at Monk Yuan Qing and said, "You baldy, stop pretending. My Immerse sect is here today, and no one can rob Qin Feng. Anyone who dares to make a move today will be an enemy of the Immerse sect." The faces of the major sects turned cold when they heard Priestess Heartless' words. They had come to find Qin Feng because someone in the martial arts world had leaked the news that Qin Feng was still alive. According to the news, not only was Qin Feng not dead, but he also possessed a blue-grade spiritual equipment. It was precisely because of this blue-grade spiritual equipment that the martial arts world was in chaos. Regardless of whether it was the righteous sects or the crooked small sects, Everyone shed all pretenses of cordiality and pretense. Priestess Heartless, aren't you being a little too overbearing? Qin Feng belongs to everyone. How can you monopolize him? A long-haired man in a light blue robe walked out and looked at Priestess Heartless with a smile. He held a folding fan in his hand. The crowd burst into laughter. Apparently, they understood the hidden meaning of the man's words. Haha, young Master Zhang is right. Qin Feng belongs to everyone. What are you Immerse sect nuns doing here? You can't play with men. Even if I give Qin Feng to you, you won't be satisfied. Hee, could it be that society is developing so fast that even the nuns have fallen in love with him? Hearing the laughter around her, Priestess Heartless' face turned as black as the bottom of a pot. She swept the horsetail whisk in her hand, and a powerful aura spread out, suppressing more than half of the people in the crowd. Zhang Yunqing, you're courting death. Priestess Heartless flicked her horsetail whisk, and a white light shot toward the man in the blue robe. This man turned out to be Zhang Yunqing, an outstanding talent of the Wu-Tang sect's younger generation. Priestess, you're all merciful people. How can you attack me just like that? Zhang Yunqing smiled faintly and dodged the white light attack with a slight shift of his body. Many people stared at the horsetail whisk in Priestess Heartless' hand with scorching eyes. They couldn't tell that it was a white-grade spiritual equipment. Suddenly, someone in the crowd spurted out blood. Li Kuai-shou, the swordsman of the Jianghu, glared at Priestess Heartless and said, "Don't you Immerse sect bully us? We, the Quick Blade sect's disciples, are standing right here. Why did you attack us?" It turned out that Zhang Yunqing had dodged Priestess Heartless' attack and hit a disciple of the Quick Blade sect. The disciple was only a Stage 2 Inner Qi expert, so it was impossible for him to dodge a Stage 7 Inner Qi expert's attack. He spat out a mouthful of blood, rolled his eyes, and passed out. Don't yell if you're weaker than me. Otherwise, I'll make you shut your mouth forever. Priestess Heartless glared at Li Kuai-shou. It was obvious that she didn't take the Quick Blade sect seriously. Motherfucker. A scholar prefers death to humiliation. I'll fight you to the death. Most of the people in the martial arts world were impatient. If they didn't agree with each other, they would start fighting. Li Kuai-shou lifted his broadsword and leaped above Priestess Heartless' head. The sudden turn of events stunned the other factions. Qin Feng couldn't come back to his senses. Not long ago, he was trying to figure out a way to deal with these factions. But now, it seemed like he didn't have to worry about it at all. They had started fighting among themselves, which was a good thing for Qin Feng. Qin Feng planned to kill as many people as he could while everyone was fighting among themselves, and snatch as many treasures as he could. You're just a Stage 4 Inner Qi cultivator. How dare you make a fool of yourself? Die. Priestess Heartless glanced at Li Kuai-shou indifferently. Her lips curled into a contemptuous smile as she casually waved the horsetail whisk in her hand. Suddenly, a powerful aura surged out and sent Li Kuai-shou flying backward along with his broadsword. He spat out a mouthful of blood and flew dozens of meters away from the crowd. Whoosh! Chapter 519. Ding! Congratulations, host Qin Feng, for killing a Stage 4 inner disciple. The system rewards host Qin Feng 500 hedonist points. The system notification rang in Qin Feng's mind. Qin Feng wanted to use Li Kuai-shou as an experiment to see if he could earn hedonist points by killing people in the system's Martial World Disturbance Continuation mission. This time, Qin Feng's eyes sparkled. He looked at the dense crowd around him and couldn't stop grinning. How dare you hurt our senior brother, you old virgin? Let's kill this old virgin together. Li Kuai-shou was the leader of the Quick Blade sect. How could the other disciples tolerate the fact that he was beaten up? They raised their broadswords and charged at Priestess Heartless. Being called an old virgin, Priestess Heartless was so angry that she wanted to vomit blood. She also completely shed all pretense of cordiality. The horsetail whisk in her hand danced quickly in the air, and the surroundings were suddenly enveloped by a cold, murderous aura. The low-level warriors of the Quick Blade sect were sent flying before they could even get close to Priestess Heartless. Whoosh! Whoosh! White light flashed in the air. The wind blades and the white light from Priestess Heartless Horsetail Whisk blended together, making it difficult to distinguish them from each other. The Quick Blade sect's disciples, who were severely injured by Priestess Heartless, fell to the ground, dead. Ding! Congratulations, Host Qin Feng, for killing a Stage 2 inner disciple. The system rewards Host Qin Feng 200 Hedonist points. Ding! Congratulations, Host Qin Feng, for killing 2 Stage 3 inner disciples. The system rewards Host Qin Feng 400 Hedonist points. The system notifications kept ringing in Qin Feng's mind. He was so excited that he almost screamed out loud. The weapons of the Quick Blade sect's disciples were scattered on the ground. Qin Feng glanced at them and found that the weapons they brought were all sharp and not spiritual equipment. Moreover, the lowest-ranked spiritual equipment in the system's evaluation was a white-grade spiritual equipment, so there was no need for Qin Feng to rob them of their weapons. Holy crap! Are the Immerse sect's people crazy? Did they really kill them? We're all martial artists, so there's no need to do this. Everyone had come to snatch Qin Feng's spirit tools and cultivation methods. If it was said that there would definitely be some bickering and conflict. However, he had killed all 5 disciples of other sections. This was clearly beyond the scope of what other sects and forces could accept. Umidba. It is a grave sin for a Immerse sect to send assassins to kill people. I will punish you on behalf of Buddha's mercy. Monk Yuan Qing clapped his hands, and an invisible aura gushed out in all directions. Qin Feng grinned when he realized that this old bald donkey was actually a Stage 8 inner chi expert. Our Wudong sect is also a righteous sect. How can we stand by and do nothing when we encounter such injustice? Zhang Yunqing of the Wudong sect had disliked Priestess Heartless for a long time. At this moment, he directly sided with the Shaolin Temple and planned to eliminate the Immerse sect first. Let's go as well. These despicable people who claim to be righteous sects yet kill innocents are even worse than our Divine Dragon sect. Zhang Jin's fists were filled with power as he led a group of Divine Dragon sect disciples forward. In an instant, more than half of the 30 or so sects present started to attack Mount Immerse. With Shaolin Temple and Wudong sect supporting them, the other sects were not afraid. You shameless bastards! How dare you frame me for the sake of stealing my treasures? When have I ever killed anyone? You know better than anyone who did it. Priestess Heartless trembled with anger when she saw the various sects besieging her. She attacked just now to frighten the small sects and scare them away. Priestess Heartless was not stupid enough to kill people in public. So many people are watching. How can it be fake? Stop quibbling. It's useless. No one saw Qin Feng's wind blades. Even if they saw it, they would not care because they were just looking for an excuse to drive away the Immerse sect. In the blink of an eye, all kinds of weapons and techniques were launched at the Immerse sect disciples. The dignified and arrogant female disciples of the Immerse sect panicked. Even Priestess Heartless couldn't withstand the attacks. Although she was a Stage 7 inner chi expert, she was still subdued by Monk Yuan Qing. How dare you small, crooked sects oppose Immerse sect? Shaolin Temple and Wudong sect, remember this. Immerse sect will hunt you down one by one. Let's go. The battle was unusually fierce, but it was also very short. In less than 2 minutes, the Immerse sect disciples could not withstand the attacks of the other sects and began to flee. Clearly, they had given up on the opportunity to steal Qin Feng's skills and spiritual weapons. Qin Feng grinned as he stood on the side and watched everyone fight. During the battle, Qin Feng used wind blades to sneak attack a few martial artists below Stage 4 inner chi and 2 Stage 4 inner chi martial artists. He earned more than 2,000 hedonist points in a matter of minutes. If he continued to earn at this rate, Qin Feng felt that he was going to be rich. After the Immerse sect left, everyone quickly returned to their respective battle groups. There was still a large crowd around them. Wudong sect's Zhang Yunqing walked to Monk Yuan Qing with a smile and said, "Senior Yuan Qing, why don't Shaolin Temple and Wudong sect temporarily join forces and kill the other mosquitoes and flies?" With the experience of chasing away the Immerse sect, Zhang Yunqing had a plan in mind. He wanted to join forces with the stronger sects to scare away the other smaller factions. When there were fewer sects left, Wudong would have a higher chance of taking down Qin Feng. Ba, I think Junior Zhang's suggestion is very good. We can work together. Zhang Yunqing and Monk Yuanqing echoed each other. Their voices were very loud, and all the major sects could hear them clearly. Many of the smaller sects' disciples' expressions darkened as they glared at the two of them. Young hero Bamboo Rain, long time no see. I see that your realm has increased again. If it's possible, let's form an alliance. A handsome, fair-skinned man in a white robe walked out and came to the side of a short, muscular man with a flat-top haircut. The short and muscular man nodded with a cold expression. I agree. The alliance between the fair-skinned man and the short and muscular man made the surrounding factions' hearts tighten. The fair-skinned man was Huashan sect's Yun Bin, and the short and muscular man was Kunlun sect's Bamboo Rain. In a short while, out of the 5 sects of China's 3 sects and 5 sects, 1 was beaten away, and the remaining 4 were in an alliance of 2. What should the other sects, big or small, do? Damn it! Relying on the fact that their sect is big and their disciples are so great? If they want to form an alliance, let's form an alliance too. At most, we'll form an alliance with a few more sections. I don't believe that we can't beat them. A man with a handlebar mustache shouted. This was the Throwing Dagger Society's vice sect leader. This time, he led a team to snatch Qin Feng. Knowing that Qin Feng had a profound rank skill method and a blue-grade spirit equipment, these small sects also threw caution to the wind. If they could capture Qin Feng in this fight, then in the future, their sects would definitely become stronger. So much nonsense. Just as the man with the handlebar mustache finished speaking, before the sects had the time to express their alliance, Bamboo Rain let out a low roar. His body shot out explosively like a small missile, directly hitting the man with the handlebar mustache's abdomen. With a loud bang, the man with the handlebar mustache directly flew out and fell to the ground, dead. Hiss. This scene scared the disciples of the small sects to the point that they almost choked with fear. The man with the handlebar mustache was a stage 5 inner chi expert. In the secular world of martial arts, he was considered an average martial artist. They didn't expect that he would be killed by Bamboo Rain in one move. When did a martial artist's life become so fragile? How did this brat die? It shouldn't be. Bamboo Rain scratched his head and looked at the man with the handlebar mustache with a puzzled expression. Just now, he still held back when he attacked. No matter what, he wouldn't have killed this person. Everyone saw it. If anyone still wants to form an alliance, then this is the end. Since the man with the handlebar mustache was already dead, Bamboo Rain simply admitted that it was his doing. At this moment, he swept his gaze across the crowd. His body exploded with a dignified aura, undoubtedly revealing the strength of a stage 7 inner chi expert. The surroundings suddenly became quiet. These martial arts sects came for Qin Feng. They were all muddle-headed by Qin Feng's skills and spiritual weapons. But now, in the face of death, many people began to calmly think. Now, even the 5 sects of China rushed over to fight for Qin Feng. How could these small sects have the chance to fight for Qin Feng? Even if they were lucky enough to obtain the treasures on Qin Feng's body, would they really be able to leave this place safely? Our 5-element sect withdraws. Let's go. After thinking through the pros and cons, there were already forces that took the initiative to give up. Our flame sect also withdraws. Let's withdraw. With someone taking the lead, a dozen small forces took the initiative to give up fighting for the treasures and dejectedly left with their teams. Seeing this scene, the disciples of the remaining 4 sects all had a complacent expression on their faces. Qin Feng, on the other hand, had a bitter expression on his face. He couldn't wait to pull these people back. After all, they were leaving with strings of different numbers of hedonist points. A wise man submits to circumstances. What's the matter? The rest of you still haven't left? Huashan sect's fair-skinned young man, Yun Bin, grinned as he swept his gaze over the remaining dozen forces. A playful expression appeared on his face. The remaining forces that were unwilling to leave were all sects that were neither big nor small in the martial arts world. The treasures on Qin Feng's body were simply too tempting. These people decided to fight for them even if they had to die. Very soon, the 12 forces were divided into 3 groups. Each group had 4 forces. In terms of combat strength, they could barely match the alliance of Shaolin, Wudong, and Huashan Kunlun. Since you're not leaving, then let's fight. Otherwise, you'll just stand here and feel the wind. Kunlun's bamboo rain roared. He had already turned into a gust of wind and flew towards Zhang Jin of the Divine Dragon sect. His movement completely triggered the 5 forces to clash. More than 30 people were instantly engaged in a chaotic battle. Whoosh! Whoosh! You wolves in sheep's clothing, and you still have the nerve to call yourselves righteous sects? You're all a bunch of bastards. Killing you is also ridding the world of evil, Qin Feng muttered to himself as he assassinated. Chapter 520. Ding. Congratulations host Qin Feng for assassinating 1 stage 6 inner chi enemy. The system rewards host Qin Feng 2,000 hedonist points. Ding. Congratulations host Qin Feng for assassinating 3 stage 5 inner chi enemies. The system rewards host Qin Feng 3,000 hedonist points. Ding. Congratulations host Qin Feng for assassinating 6 stage 4 inner chi enemies. The system rewards host Qin Feng 3,000 hedonist points. As the wind blades rose from all directions, more and more warriors lost their lives in this battle. Qin Feng's mind was constantly ringing with the system notifications. His eyes were bloodshot as he watched his hedonist points skyrocket. The battle was extraordinarily intense. Not only was Qin Feng's eyes bloodshot, but all the major sects in the martial arts world had shed all pretenses of cordiality. Great Thunder Palm. Monk Yuanqing of Shaolin Temple was the most powerful expert among all the teams. He was a stage 8 inner chi expert. Every time he raised his palm, a thunderous roar reverberated in everyone's ears. His powerful aura forced all martial artists below stage 4 inner chi to kneel on the ground. None of them had the strength to fight anymore. Wudong sects Zhang Yunqing and Monk Yuanqing had formed a temporary alliance. Zhang Yunqing held an orange longsword in his hand, and as he swung it around, sword energy filled the sky, and an aura of orange lightning appeared in the surroundings. This thunderbolt sword technique was a secret technique of Wudong sect, and Zhang Yunqing had mastered it to the point of perfection. Together with Monk Yuanqing's thunderclap palm, the area within 5 to 6 meters around the two of them was filled with lightning and thunder. Any enemy who got close to them would vomit blood before they could even touch their bodies. The combination of Wudong sect and Shaolin Temple was invincible. On the other side, Yun Bin of Mount Hua and Bamboo Rain of Kunlun were not to be underestimated. Yun Bin was dressed in a white robe. He looked like a Korean appa. His long hair was loose, and he held a slender short sword in his hand. The slender sword gleamed coldly. Although it looked short, it emitted a mountain-splitting aura. The sword technique of Mount Hua was ever-changing, making it difficult for the enemy to figure out its moves. 12 Lake Kick. Bamboo Rain was an expert in close-quarters combat. He was like a small cannonball that crashed into the crowd of enemies. Bamboo Rain's speed was extremely fast, and his strength was ferocious. His leg technique was also ever-changing, making it difficult for the enemy to figure out what was real and what was fake. Bang, 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 boom, clang. The sounds of collisions, wind being torn, weapons clashing, and all sorts of screams of pain rose and fell. This battle was intense and bloody, and even Qin Feng was dumbstruck. The only true experts Qin Feng had met were the Yin Yang Elders, Uncle Yin, and the 7th layer evil cultivator, Ghostface Mountain. Among them, the only ones Qin Feng had fought were the Yin Yang Elders. In the battle at the Amethyst Dragon Palace, Uncle Yin was the one who bullied Qin Feng. At that time, Qin Feng had no chance to fight back. In the battle with the Yin Yang Elders, one of the two monsters had actually hidden its strength. However, in the battle between these martial arts masters, holding back was not allowed at all. Doing so would be equivalent to committing suicide. After witnessing the strength of Monk Yuanqing, Yun Bin, Zhang Yunqing, and Bamboo Rain, Qin Feng began to reevaluate the true strength of these experts, especially the Stage 8 Inner Qi monk Yuan Qing. His sonic thunder palm was so powerful that Qin Feng could feel the pressure from far away. If Qin Feng really fought with this old monk, he wasn't sure if he could withstand a single palm strike from him. Let's stop fighting. The Divine Dragon sect surrenders. Zhang Jin, who had arrived in high spirits, was beaten black and blue. His elegant white robe was in tatters. He was only a Stage 6 Inner Qi expert. Initially, he wanted to fight them head-on by relying on his advantage in numbers. However, he only realized the importance of the difference in realms after a real fight. Facing the Stage 8 Inner Qi monk Yuan Qing and the representatives of the other three sects who were at least Stage 7 Inner Qi experts, Zhang Jin had already given up. The Carefree sect also surrenders. Please have mercy on us, seniors. Disciples of the Sky Mountain sect, stop. We're not fighting anymore. The surrounding sects and forces, big and small, called for a truce one after another. The disciples they brought were either dead or injured. There was no need to continue fighting. Even if they managed to snatch the treasures and cultivation methods from Qin Feng, they couldn't bring them out with such a small amount of energy. Since these sects and forces had taken the initiative to surrender, there was no need for the big sects like Wudong and Shaolin to kill them all. After all, they were all Wulin people in the secular world. They often met each other. If their relationship was really strained and their reputations were tarnished, it would not be good for anyone. Heh, I told you guys to get lost long ago, but you guys just had to act tough in front of us. Now that our disciples are dead, are you guys happy? Yun Bin of Huashan sheathed his thin sword, and the sword chi that filled the sky suddenly dissipated. Facing Yun Bin's mockery, the leaders of these sects and factions were dissatisfied, but they could only swallow it in their hearts. They led their defeated disciples and left quickly. Originally, there were 16 sects and factions fighting on the vast plain. Now that 12 of them had left, only Shaolin Temple, Wudong sect, and Kunlun sect were left. Ba. Now that the ants and flies have been chased away, Junior Zhang, why don't we continue our alliance and chase away Mount Hua and Kunlun sect as well? Yuan Qing didn't even look at the sects and factions that had left. He turned around and started to plan his next move. From Yuan Qing's perspective, if he joined hands with Zhang Yunqing, they would definitely be able to defeat the people from Mount Hua and Kunlun. At that time, only Shaolin and Wudong would be left. If Yuan Qing defeated Zhang Yunqing, Qin Feng would belong to Shaolin. Hehe, Senior Yuan Qing, I'm afraid our alliance can only end here. Zhang Yunqing sneered. Suddenly, he leaped to Yun Bin and Zhu Yu's side. Zhang Yunqing wasn't stupid. Now that the strongest person was Yuan Qing, he had to chase him away first. This way, Zhang Yunqing would have the chance to snatch Qin Feng away. Young hero Yun Bin, young hero Zhu Yu, how about we join forces and chase Shaolin away first? Zhang Yunqing chuckled as he looked at the two of them. Yun Bin and Zhu Yu were also calculating in their hearts. They had the same concerns as Zhang Yunqing. Monk Yuan Qing's strength was too strong, and they had to chase him away first. I agree. I think it's not a bad idea. There was no such thing as an alliance in the world that lasted forever. As the benefits changed, so did the teams. Very soon, the alliance of Wudong sect, Huashan sect, and Kunlun sect was established. This angered Monk Yuan Qing so much that he gnashed his teeth. Ba. Junior Zhang is truly a snake and a rat. His actions are truly despicable. Yuan Qing was so angry that his body was trembling, but he still pretended to be a great master. You make it sound like you are so broad-minded. We are all people of the same path. Let's cut the crap and fight to our heart's content. Zhang Yunqing roared angrily and slashed with his sword. Numerous orange lightning bolts appeared in the surroundings. His imposing manner was magnificent. Thunderbolt sword technique. Zhu Yu, on the other hand, shot out explosively. Although he was one step late, he arrived in front of Yuan Qing first. His whole body was as fierce as a small cannonball. Two powerful air currents surged over. Yuan Qing's expression was cold. He struck out with his palm as if he wanted to affect the power of heaven and earth. That non-existent but clear thunder started to shake again. Great thunder palm. Rumble. With a palm strike, Zhang Yunqing's lightning sword light and Zhu Yu's leg shadows disappeared instantly. Thunder rumbled in the surroundings as if a heavy rain was about to fall. At this moment, Yunbin raised his short sword and suddenly leaped up. The sky was filled with sword shadows without any pattern as they rushed towards Yuanqing's back. All of you, stop. Shaolin will retreat. Before Yunbin's attack could reach him, Yuanqing suddenly roared. The expressions of Zhang Yunqing and the other two changed. They quickly retracted their attacks and leaped, standing at a relatively safe place from Yuanqing. Shaolin will retreat. Then hurry up and leave. Zhang Yunqing shouted coldly. Shaolin will remember your wudong. I, Yuanqing, will remember you, Zhang Yunqing. Yuanqing flicked his long sleeves and walked away angrily. The group of Shaolin Temple disciples followed him and left. Now, only Wudong, Mount Hua, and Kunlun were left here. Once Yuanqing left, the three sects that were originally in an alliance immediately dispersed, forming a situation of 3 legs of a tripod. Haha, Brother Zhuyu, we have been in an alliance until now. Can we continue the alliance? As for Zhang Yunqing, you saw it just now. If he can betray that bald donkey Yuanqing, he can continue to betray other allies. Before Zhang Yunqing could speak, Mount Hua Yunbin quickly said to Zhu Yu. Zhu Yu pondered for a while and finally nodded. All right, I agree. Mount Hua and Kunlun joined hands again. Zhang Yunqing's face immediately darkened. Before Yunbin and Zhu Yu could attack, 3 angry roars suddenly came from afar. Qin Feng, die. You treacherous villain. Fuck your ancestors. How dare you trick me? I'll make sure you die a horrible death. The figures of the Yin Yang elders appeared in a flash. Their black robes were in tatters, and even the large straw hats that covered their faces had been knocked away, revealing 2 malevolent and shriveled faces. Behind them was a large cloud of black fog. Cold curses came from within the black fog. Aya, Qin Feng, you brat. You dare to cause trouble in my territory? I'm going to suck your blood dry and refine you into a corpse warrior. Qin Feng, Zhang Yunqing, and the other 2 were dumbfounded when they saw the 3 people flying towards them. Zhang Yunqing and the other 2 were experts whose strength was comparable to a stage 7 inner chi martial artist. Qin Feng already had a headache dealing with them. He didn't expect the Yin Yang elders and Ghost-Face Mountain Man to catch up with him. Qin Feng felt that he couldn't escape even if he had wings. Qin Feng's mind was racing. When the Yin Yang elders' ice and fire palms were about to hit him, he suddenly leaped into the air and threw out 2 orange-grade weapons. The Spirit Surge Sword's fierce sword chi blocked Yin Elder's ice palm. The Overlord's slash could split mountains and split the earth. The earth trembled slightly, and Yang Elder's burning sun palm dissipated instantly. Qin Feng's action of throwing out 2 orange-grade weapons to repel the Yin Yang elders shocked everyone. Yin Elder, Yang Elder, please stop chasing me. I'll give you the only 2 orange-grade weapons I have. Please let me go. Qin Feng leaped more than 10 meters away and shouted in an aggrieved voice. Chapter 521. Monster, hand over the orange-grade spiritual equipment, or I'll send you to heaven. Zhang Yunqing's cold voice rang out. Zhu Yu and Yun Bin did not waste any time and started to fight for the orange-grade spiritual equipment. Hee. I really didn't expect that a low-level weakling like you would have so many treasures on you. You ignorant ants, go to hell. Ghost-Face Mountain Man's sharp and strange laughter rang out, startling Yun Bin and the other 2. They had not been able to see what the black mist was, but now it seemed that it was a powerful evil cultivator. Dark Corpse Burning Palm. The Ghost-Face Mountain Man struck out with his palm. The thick black mist that surrounded him suddenly condensed and turned into a ball of burning flame, which smashed toward the group. Fuck, it's a stage 7 evil cultivator. How unlucky. Yun Bin grumbled and took the lead to retreat. He even gave up on the spiritual equipment in the hands of the Yin Yang elders. Zhang Yunqing and Zhu Yu sensed the danger from the black mist so they gave up on attacking and quickly retreated to the side. Rumble. The black mist fireball smashed onto the ice wall created by Een Elder and caused a violent explosion. The ice wall was shattered, but the black mist fireball continued to fly forward. Fuck, this monster is so hard to deal with. The Een Young Elders' faces darkened, and they quickly dodged the black mist fireball. It was as if the black mist fireball could not be extinguished, and it could even be controlled by the ghost-faced mountain man. The black mist fireball flew around in a circle, then turned around and continued to attack the group. Let's join forces and kill this evil cultivator first. Yun Bin was also annoyed by the black mist fireball, so he quickly suggested, "Okay, I agree." Zhu Yu agreed without thinking too much. Me too. Zhang Yunqing had no other choice. The three of them formed an alliance again and glared at the ghost-faced mountain man. When they were about to attack, the Een Young Elders came to their side and said, "We'll join forces with you for the time being. Let's kill this evil cultivator first, then we'll settle the matter between us." In the martial arts world of the secular world, the evil cultivators were despised by everyone. Whether it was the orthodox martial cultivators or the devil cultivators, they were naturally hostile to the evil cultivators. It was because these people would resort to unscrupulous means in order to cultivate their martial arts. They were extremely cruel. The dissection experiment of the Verdant sect was one of the evil cultivators' cultivation methods. All right, then you guys will join in as well. We have so many experts here. I don't believe that we can subdue a 7th-layer evil cultivator like you. Yun Bin and the other two nodded. As core disciples of big sects, they naturally knew how powerful a heretical cultivator was. A Stage 7 heretical cultivator was equivalent to a Stage 8 inner chi cultivator. He was even more powerful than Monk Yuan Qing, who had just left. Yun Bin and the other two did not dare to underestimate him. With the addition of the Een Young Elders, Yun Bin's power increased greatly. Ghostface Mountain was so angry that he screamed, You bastards, do you think that the mountain people will be afraid of you just because you have more people? You ants, go and die." Ghostface Mountain Man didn't expect everyone to ally together to attack him. He gnashed his teeth in anger. Seeing that a fight was about to break out, Qin Feng suddenly leaped to Ghostface Mountain Man's side and said, "Wait, I'll temporarily ally with you to fight against these bastards." Everyone present was Qin Feng's enemy. As the saying went, the enemy of my enemy is my friend. Qin Feng wanted to use Ghostface Mountain Man's strength to injure both sides. That way, he would have a higher chance of escaping. However, Qin Feng suddenly wanted to ally with a heretical cultivator. This scene was too strange, and everyone was dumbfounded. Ayaya, you're just a Stage 4 inner chi brat, and you want to ally with a hillman? Are you here to humiliate me? I'll slap you to death first. Rumble. Ghostface Mountain Man suddenly flew into a rage and slammed his palm down. Qin Feng didn't expect this bastard to look down on his strength. Caught off guard, he was sent flying. After landing on the ground, Qin Feng spat out a few mouthfuls of blood. He was so angry that his lungs were about to explode. Haha, Qin Feng, Qin Feng, can you be a bit more amusing? Are you sent by monkeys to amuse us? The Een Young Elders convulsed with laughter when they saw Qin Feng's reaction. They had been tricked by Qin Feng today, and now that Qin Feng was humiliated, they couldn't be more excited. Phew. After Qin Feng spat out a mouthful of blood, he ignored the Een Young Elders' mockery and sat down with his legs crossed. Ghostface Mountain Man's palm strike carried a lot of corpse chi into Qin Feng's body. If a normal martial artist was invaded by so much corpse chi, they would have already suffered from chi deviation or died from poison. However, Qin Feng's body was special, and he wasn't afraid of the corpse chi. Previously, Qin Feng managed to break through to Stage 4 inner chi by converting the corpse chi and demon chi in his body. Now that he had the support of so much corpse chi, Qin Feng quickly began to cultivate. Dark Corpse Burning Palm. Rumble. Lightning Sword Technique. Crackle. While Qin Feng was cultivating, Ghostface Mountain Man and the other experts were locked in a fierce battle. All sorts of explosions and shattering sounds could be heard. The disciples of Wudong sect, Mount Hua sect, and Kunlun sect let out heart-wrenching screams after being struck by the corpse Qi. At this moment, Qin Feng paid no attention to the outside world. He focused on transforming the corpse in his body. The dense corpse energy was quickly devoured and refined. Finally, it became Qin Feng's own inner qi. His inner qi was constantly becoming stronger and stronger. Qin Feng felt his dantian expanding. Bang! Suddenly, an explosion sounded in his dantian, and a warm current flowed through his body. Qin Feng was pleasantly surprised. He knew he had successfully broken through to stage 5 inner qi. Rumble! Qin Feng leaped into the air, and a pair of domineering axes appeared in his hands. The heaven splitter glowed brightly with a blue radiance. When the axe swung down, the air around it emitted a sharp tearing sound. Heaven-burning blaze technique. Qin Feng's strength had greatly increased after reaching stage 5 inner qi. He wielded a blue-grade battle axe and slashed out with a mystic rank secret technique. An overwhelming aura gathered, and a blue dragon that looked like it was about to materialize whizzed towards the crowd. Roar! Roar! Yun Bin and the others were dumbfounded. They didn't expect Qin Feng to be so powerful. They didn't have time to dodge and were hit by the blue dragon. Their bodies were scattered all over the place. Dark corpse burning palm. The ghost-faced mountain man swung his palm again. A black mist enveloped in intense flames engulfed Qin Feng's aura. Qin Feng hastily leaped and dodged the black flame. A blue-grade battle axe. TSK, TSK, TSK. You're getting more and more interesting. The ghost-faced mountain man was stunned when he saw the heaven splitter in Qin Feng's hand. He was drooling as he stared at the heaven splitter in Qin Feng's hand. The injured Yun Bin and the others finally came to their senses. No wonder Qin Feng was so powerful all of a sudden. He had a blue-grade battle axe. It seemed like the rumors were true. Not only did Qin Feng have a blue-grade equipment, but he also had a mystic rank secret technique. In an instant, the eyes of Yun Bin and the other two flickered with greed. They ignored their injuries, jumped up, and pounced towards Qin Feng. Old monster, do you think I'm not strong enough? I'll kill you with my own hands today. Qin Feng held 2 axes in his hands and wore the hidden sacred azure battle armor. Even if he was facing a level 7 evil cultivator, he was not afraid. You self-proclaimed orthodox sects of the martial world, die. Just as Qin Feng finished speaking, he saw Yun Bin and the others attacking him. Qin Feng quickly retreated and waved his hands at the same time. Dozens of white lights shot out at lightning speed. Poochie, poochie, poochie. The sound of wind blades cutting through skin resounded. The expressions of Yun Bin and the others changed. This was their first time fighting with Qin Feng. They did not know that Qin Feng had a strange wind blade skill. Therefore, the 3 of them were careless. They only came to their senses when their bodies were cut. They quickly retreated. What's going on? What kind of martial technique is this kid using? Yun Bin looked at his torn clothes and the exposed skin inside. His eyes filled with shock. It might be the saber chi released by the blue-grade battle axe. Bamboo Rain said with uncertainty. That's impossible. The saber chi released by the battle axe is blue and has a strong aura. However, the saber chi just now was not obvious. It seemed to be flashing with white light. That should be his unique martial skill. Zhang Yunqing quickly refuted. Everyone present knew that Qin Feng was a level 4 inner qi martial artist. Even if he had just broken through, he was only a level 5 inner qi martial artist. How could a level 5 inner qi martial artist release sword qi with bare hands? If that was the case, how strong would this martial skill be? Haha. Then it must be a mystic class martial skill. As the most outstanding core disciple of the younger generation of Mount Hua, the sect allowed me to practice the yellow class martial skill, Mount Hua sword technique, which is not taught to outsiders. A mystic class martial skill is a level higher than a yellow class martial skill. It is said that among the hundreds of sects in the outer martial world, only a few have a mystic class martial skill. A mystic class martial skill can revitalize a large sect. I didn't expect this guy to have a mystic class martial skill. Ha ha ha, we, the Mount Hua sect, will take all these treasures today. After confirming that Qin Feng had a blue-grade spiritual weapon and a mystic-class martial skill, Yunbin and the other two were extremely excited. The Ghost-Faced Mountain Man also shifted his focus from dealing with the Yin-Yang Elders to obtaining Qin Feng's treasures. Seeing so many experts glaring at him like tigers watching their prey, Qin Feng hastily shouted, "Yin-Yang Elders, come and help me. Help my ass. Don't try to fool us anymore. If I help you again, I'll be worse than a pig or a dog." Yin Elders stared at Qin Feng angrily as if Qin Feng had killed his entire family. "As long as you guys help me, I'll give you the antidote for the King of Poison and the 2 orange-grade spiritual weapons in your hands." Qin Feng didn't mind Yin Elder's rejection at all and said calmly. 2 black shadows suddenly flashed and appeared beside Qin Feng in the next second. Yin Elder asked with a sullen face, "Is what you said true? The weapons are in your hands. I can't take them back even if I wanted to. As for the antidote, I'll definitely give it to you. Otherwise, you can just kill me." Qin Feng looked at Yin Elder with a smile. Chapter 522. I've long heard that demonic cultists have no bottom line or principles. Today, I, Yunbin, have seen it all. The Yin-Yang Elder's strength could not be underestimated. Yunbin and the others were very displeased that they suddenly joined Qin Feng's group. "What the hell do you know? This is called going with the flow. If you dare to talk nonsense again, I'll slap you to death, you little sissy." Elder Yin was filled with anger today. He couldn't retort when Qin Feng angered him, but now that Yunbin dared to talk back to him, Elder Yin exploded. "You called me a sissy? Ah, I'll kill you." Yunbin seemed to have been touched, and he thrust his thin sword towards Elder Yin. Mount Hua sword technique. Layers of sword shadows appeared in the air, as if dark clouds had covered the sun. Elder Yin was not in a hurry to fight. He spread his hands and said to Qin Feng, "Quick, give me another bottle of temporary antidote. Otherwise, I won't be able to unleash my full strength." Qin Feng's mouth twitched when he saw the sword chi that was about to hit his head. He hurriedly spent 1,200 hedonist points to exchange for 2 bottles of temporary antidote for the King of Poisons. Only 2 bottles left. "You guys should finish this quickly." Qin Feng threw the antidote to the Yin-Yang Elders. Elder Yin did not waste any time. He crushed the bottle and drank the green antidote. He suddenly thrust his palm out, and a layer of ice quickly solidified above the 3 people's heads. Icy palm. Bang, 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 bang. The sky full of sword chi continuously smashed against the dark blue ice, but the ice was incredibly hard. Yunbin slashed at it for a long time, but it still did not break. How embarrassing. Watch my 12 lakes kick. Kunlun's bamboo rain could not bear to watch anymore. Her body suddenly shot out, and a layer of faint yellow air rippled around her. She looked like a small cannonball as she shot towards the ice. With a loud rumble, the ice slowly cracked. With the help of Yunbin's sword chi, it quickly shattered. "Hee hee hee. You 3 go take care of those 2 monsters. Hillman, go catch Qin Feng." The ghost-faced mountain man struck out with his palm, causing the black mist and flames to shoot out again. Yunbin and the other 2 hurriedly retreated, and the ghost-faced mountain man took this opportunity to leap in front of Qin Feng. Ghost-faced mountain man was so fast that Qin Feng couldn't even see his trajectory. Just as Qin Feng was about to be caught, thunder rumbled and a powerful aura surged. Great thunder palm. Rumble. A golden light flashed. Yuan Qing slapped out, and the surrounding air started to shake. It actually forced the black mist flames back. "Damn it! Where did this old bald donkey come from? You're courting death." An evil cultivator like Ghostface Mountain hated Taoists and monks the most. Seeing his attack dissipated by Yuan Qing's palm, he was so angry that he stomped his feet. Humph. The Shaolin Temple is a great Orthodox sect, yet you're going back on your word. Just now, you said that you're going to withdraw, and now you're running back. Are your words bullshit, bald donkey? Seeing Monk Yuan Qing, Yunbin and the other 2 were infuriated. They hadn't expected that the monk hadn't left and was prepared to reap the benefits. Ba. I'm not here to capture Qin Feng. I just sensed the wanton corpse qi in the surroundings. Shaolin Temple is a righteous sect. How can we sit back and do nothing when we encounter such evil people? Monk Yuan Qing had a peaceful smile on his face. Those who didn't know him would be fooled by his appearance. At this moment, the 13 disciples of the Shaolin Temple each had a Shaolin staff in their hands. They formed a staff formation and surrounded Ghostface Mountain. Young elders, pick any 2 sects to deal with. Leave the rest to me. Monk Yuan Qing came at the right time. Qin Feng saw him and the people of the Shaolin Temple surrounding Ghostface Mountain and started to attack Yun Bin and the other 2. Elder Yin had already made his move. He sent a palm strike at Zhang Yunqing. Elder Yang's hands were covered in flames. He chose Bamboo Rain as his target. The 4 of them were fighting in full swing. Qin Feng was going to face the Huashan sect led by Yun Bin. Haha, even the heavens are on my side. Today, you belong to the Huashan sect. Yun Bin looked at the others fighting in full swing and couldn't leave for a while. Now, only the Huashan sect was left to deal with Qin Feng. He raised his head and roared excitedly. Whoosh! Yun Bin was halfway through his laughter when a dozen or so white lights flashed toward him. The remaining 6 Huashan disciples were all stage 4 inner chi and below. They had no chance to dodge Qin Feng's wind blades and were instantly killed by Qin Feng. The system announcement sounded out. Qin Feng had already received 16,400 hedonist points, which made him overjoyed. The wind blades cut Yun Bin's thighs. The flesh under his clothes was torn open and blood gushed out. Yun Bin, who was laughing like a madman, suddenly looked ferocious. He looked at the disciples around him who were alive and well. Within a few breaths, all of them were lying in a pool of blood. Even Yun Bin was shocked by Qin Feng's strength. Stinking brat, I originally only wanted to take your treasures and spare your lowly life. Now that you dare to kill my Hua Mountain disciple, die. Yun Bin quickly came to his senses. His expression was ice cold as he raised his thin sword and stabbed towards Qin Feng. Huashan sword technique. The thin sword danced in the air. The sword chi was as sharp and dense as rain. Qin Feng only discovered Yun Bin's true strength after fighting him head-on. The strong and dense sword chi showed that Yun Bin was at the peak of stage 7 inner chi. Qin Feng didn't dare to underestimate Yun Bin. He swung his axes and slashed at Yun Bin. Boom! The entire body of the splitting heaven axe flickered with a blue light as the dual axes fell down and suddenly condensed into 2 dual dragon axe chis. The dual dragons roared as they passed by, and the sound of the wind burst forth, bringing with it an imposing manner that could devour the mountains and rivers. It instantly swallowed up the sword chi released by Yun Bin and directly sent him flying out. Yun Bin was defeated in one strike. He fell to the ground and vomited blood. Qin Feng stared at the heaven splitter in his hand with burning eyes. He didn't expect that Qin Feng, who was at stage 5 inner chi, could easily defeat a stage 7 inner chi martial artist with a blue-grade battle axe. Even Qin Feng was shocked by his strength. Haha, you're too weak. Killing you is like killing a chicken. After Qin Feng understood his current strength, he was extremely excited. He lifted the heaven splitter and jumped in front of Yun Bin. Yun Bin's eyes were filled with shock. He looked like he was suffering from dementia. Clearly, he hadn't accepted this fact. Wait, what's the use of a blue-grade battle axe to defeat me? If you have the guts, fight me with a normal long sword. Do you dare? Yun Bin hurriedly shouted when Qin Feng's axes were about to fall. Qin Feng wasn't stupid. He knew that Yun Bin was trying to provoke him to fight and stall for time. This kind of trick was child's play in Qin Feng's eyes. As long as he killed the stage 7 inner chi Yun Bin, Qin Feng would receive 4,000 hedonist points. Unless Qin Feng was stupid, he wouldn't let Yun Bin go. The axes in Qin Feng's hands didn't stop and directly slashed down. However, just as the axes were about to fall, Little Pig's lazy voice sounded in Qin Feng's mind. Master, if you kill the enemy according to the enemy's request, you'll receive double hedonist points. Damn, why don't you wait until this brat is dead? Qin Feng's face darkened. He was almost angered to death by Little Pig. He had already slashed down with the heaven splitter. so it was obviously unrealistic to take it back. Boom. The axe chi from the axes was forcefully changed by Qin Feng and landed on the two sides of Yun Bin's thighs. If they were slightly off by a few centimeters, Yun Bin's body would have been cut in half. However, Yun Bin was so scared that he almost peed his pants. Are you trying to scare me? Are you crazy? Yun Bin thought he was going to die, but after a long time, he realized that Qin Feng was just trying to scare him. Yun Bin was one of the outstanding disciples of the Huashan sect's younger generation. He was famous in the secular world and had a high status in the martial arts world. When had he ever been scared to this extent? Yun Bin gnashed his teeth and glared at Qin Feng. He looked like he couldn't wait to bite Qin Feng to death. Qin Feng acted as if he didn't see Yun Bin's expression. He waved his hand, and the heaven splitter in his hand suddenly disappeared. He casually picked up a normal long sword from the ground and looked at Yun Bin calmly. Oh, did I scare you? I just changed my mind at the last minute and prepared to compete with you according to your suggestion. The corner of Yun Bin's mouth twitched violently. He was about to go crazy from Qin Feng's disorderly behavior. However, he quickly calmed down. Since Qin Feng really agreed to compete with normal weapons, Yun Bin was completely at ease. A hint of a smile flashed in the depths of Yun Bin's eyes. If he didn't use a spirit weapon and just competed with swords, Yun Bin wouldn't be afraid of Qin Feng at all. The Huashan sword technique he used was a yellow rank technique that the Huashan sect didn't teach to outsiders. At least until now, Yun Bin had never lost to anyone in swords. Hurry up and come. I love to compete with others and being despicable. No one has ever been more despicable than me. Qin Feng looked at Yun Bin with a smile. All right, are you going to be despicable first, or am I going to be despicable first? Yun Zhe had just stood up and almost stumbled and fell again. Who said I was going to compete with you in being despicable? Brat, watch my sword. Yun Bin realized that there might be something wrong with Qin Feng's brain. His thoughts jumped too much, and he always said some unexpected things and did some unimaginable things. Yun Bin didn't waste any more words with Qin Feng. He stood up and stabbed towards Qin Feng with his sword. Yun Bin held an ordinary long sword in his hand, but he brandished it in front of him, creating sharp sword flowers. The sword chi that filled the air brought with it an icy chill. It quickly enveloped Qin Feng, causing the temperature around him to drop. Haha, Qin Feng, die. Yun Bin's first move was a killing move, displaying the essence of the Huashan sword technique. In Yun Bin's eyes, Qin Feng was a dead man. Facing the surging sword chi, Qin Feng held an ordinary longsword in his hand and didn't dodge. He possessed the high-grade profound rank Solitary 9 sword technique. At this moment, his black eyes flickered as he looked at the Huashan sword technique that Yun Bin used in front of him. It was simply child's play. Yun Bin's sword seemed profound and strange, but Qin Feng could see 38 flaws in it. You're tuning in to the Romance Rendezvous YouTube channel. We're so grateful for your support, and don't forget to subscribe to join us on this incredible journey through captivating stories. Your generosity through donations truly makes a world of difference, as it's the primary source of revenue that allows me to expand and enhance this channel for you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for being a part of this adventure.